Okay, let me just give you a countdown. Starting. Oh.
Yep.
Yeah? 3, 2, 1, go. So. Hello everybody, this is Final Fantasy 1 for the PlayStation Portable. Now, if you've been around the BSGs before, you may have seen me run any percent in the past. Today, however, I thought I figured we'd switch it up a bit and we wouldn't go with a regular... hold on, let me just do some tough menuing here. Just all frame perfect stuff, it's not a big deal. But yeah, I figured we'd switch it up a bit and we wouldn't do any percent for a chains. Instead, I'm going to be doing all dungeons, which is actually a category that's never been run before. So it's going to be interesting to see how it'll turn out. I've written up the route, we've tested, it's pretty much the same as old bosses really, but we skip some of the dungeons. Because in old bosses you have to do some dungeons multiple times, and I figured that'd be kinda boring. So what we just did there in town, we kinda just got ourselves the second most expensive piece of armor in the game. We're only like a minute in, but we do have that much. The PSP version of this game is actually unique in that it has an equipment glitch, through which I can glitch from a weapon, an item, or an armor piece with a corresponding ID, which in results change that simple hammer that I bought into the knight's armor, which is like crazy expensive, and you're not supposed to have it until like end game stuff and all that. So pretty much immune to any possible attack NPCs can give me. I figure I might as well just go straight to the first boss. Let's go. We hear from the king that, you know, the princess has been captured and Garland is keeping him imprisoned in a castle. This would almost be Mario, wouldn't it be? The princess is in the castle, but, you know what? I figure, I mean, we have that armor, but we don't really have any actual damage output, so I figure we might also just get some weapons. So I'm gonna get some Judgment Staffs here. The Judgment Staff being the most powerful staff in the game. We're now, like, what, 2 minutes in or something? And we just got Flare and a staff that we will be getting one more of near the end of the run when we're actually doing bonus dungeons, but it's only in, like, the PSP and the GBA version and didn't even exist before then, and it's, you know, you'll see. This is the first boss, you'll see how powerful we are at this point. He actually got a hit off, it did 1 damage. Very scary stuff. And yeah, that was the first boss.
Gotta go fast.
Actually, one of the longer boss fights in the game. Just saying. So yeah, we saved the princess.
Except for Chaos.
Except for Chaos and maybe like Tiamat 2 or something. It's like the longest fight in the game.
Tiamat 2 really depends on his RNG though.
Well, it's always a 2-turn though, and this is a 1-turn still. So I guess there's that. And I guess Astos can be longer as well. But yeah, we hear a bit, and the king, you know, he's gonna be nice to us. He's gonna rebuild the bridge so that we can pass and so that we can actually continue our journey to save the world. Now, if I were to immediately leave, I would get stopped by the princess and she would give me this loot, which apparently might be important at some point. I don't know. It's, I guess it's not too relevant for a while. So we get to see the bridge rebuild, and you might want to keep an eye on the guy in the bottom left. I know if you've been around longer, I've mentioned this guy before, but he is something else.
He's a hard worker.
He's a very hard worker. It's impressive how hard this guy is working on this bridge. We're totally not trying to save the world or anything. It's nothing really.
He doubts it, man. He doubts it.
I guess he does. Well, I mean, I guess it's fair. We're gonna take like over 3 hours to do it.
This is the guy that asked, what the hell does this bridge even have to do with anything?
The Warriors of Light are in Cornelia. I don't know how that still has anything to do with it, but I guess that will be okay. It would have honestly been better if the king had just given us a ship. That would have made things a bit easier, but that's alright, I guess. So we go in here, we get a bit of a cutscene, but, you know, cutscenes are slow and boring, and we don't care for them, so we're just gonna skip it. This is actually only skippable in the PSP version. In every other version, you'd actually have to sit through it. It's like a minute and a half. So, yay for PSP and being able to skip that.
Aye.
And with that, we're going to move on to the next town. Now, this forest tends to give me a whole lot of encounters. I've actually made it through most of the forest without any, which is surprising. Let's see if we can keep that up. Ah, that's a shame.
You called for it.
Here I was thinking that I would just go through it at like one encounter, and then this lizard comes along. Still, 2 encounters for that bit of forest is not bad, is it, Jasper?
Nope. The amount of counters you've even had up until this point is not bad at all.
This is very true. So we enter Provoca, it's the second town in the game, and we're looking for a ship. Now it just so happens that there is a bunch of pirates around here, so we're just gonna ask them to give us their ship. You know, we're trying to save the world, that's in their... Oh, they're attacking me. I guess they don't just want to give us their ship? Well, force it is then. Here's the power of the Judgment Staff.
Whoops. Wait, 2 thieves? Was 2...
Oh god, he's got Skittles! Oh.
Hell yeah.
Was 2 thieves intended?
Yes, I will explain that in a bit.
It's all dungeons, of course.
Yeah. So yeah,
like,
we kill
what?
off the pirates. It's a one-shot with all of this. How? What? What is this?
It's a challenge. You gotta eat this in 4 hours.
Yeah, it seems like it.
He's gotta eat more than that in 4
Oh.
hours.
Well,
In one of your recent streams, you said we could wake you up in the middle of the night for Skittles.
you're not wrong. I did say that.
Well, you're awake and it's the middle of the night, so...
So I guess
Would be
it's
appropriate.
fair.
There's your Skittles to keep you awake.
To bring you Skittles in the night shift.
So yeah, my so Jasper here, he just mentioned, wait, there's 2 thieves. Is that intentional? That's not how we do this in any percent. And that's actually true. In any percent, we normally have a black mage in there. But, you know, the thing is, as you may have heard in an any percent run already, thieves are kind of the biggest damage dealers in the game. And we really only need the black mages for teleport, which is a very useful spell, but doesn't really make up for the time that we would save having a thief. On top of which, we're actually going to be grinding a bit more in this run, because, I mean, I don't like grinding, but we do really need levels if we want to get through the bonus dungeons. So, since we get extra levels, instead of using teleport, we can get exit, which is almost as fast. It's slightly slower by like 20 seconds or something, but it'll do. You know, it'll get the job done. And those 20 seconds are more than made up by the fact that we have an extra thief, and thus more damage to deal. Not to mention, thieves have, since we're gonna class change, the added bonus of being able to learn haste, at least if they level a bit. So even haste wouldn't really be a problem having thieves. Also, I guess my health is kinda getting low. I should probably start healing up at some point. You know what? We might just do that. That seems smart, right? That'll do it. Now we've got health again, and we're off to the next dungeon. Now, the early part of this game, I mean, it all looks fancy, and we're getting ships and whatnot, but it's really just a big fetch quest of things. We're going to the Marsh Cave to get a crown. This crown is very important, because we can give it to Astos, the true Elven King, as he would like to be, who gives us the Crystal Eye if we beat him in combat, but he will only engage in combat if we have the crown. We need that so that we can give it to Matoya, who then can see again and craft us a Jolt Tonic, which we can in turn use to wake up the Elven Prince so that he can give us a Mystic Key as a reward. So it's all really fancy stuff, but basically we're just questing around for a good 10 minutes just to get a key. And that key opens a door in Cornelia Castle, where we started, where that king, you know, the one that let us build, or let his soldiers build that bridge.
How lucky are you?
It's in his treasure room, so he could have just given.
Lucky.
He's pretty lucky, isn't he?
I am
His
getting.
encounters are pretty fucking.
When I go to this dungeon, I get like 17 encounters going up to this chest.
That's low.
That's pretty low. You got one.
What is the time even at?
It's not bad. Not
9
bad.
minutes. Sub 10 minutes.
Sub 10 is
round
good.
Is not bad at all.
Sub 10 is good. These Skittles are way too good, guys.
My bad.
I don't know who decided to
Yeah,
make an entire
it
jar of
was
Skittles, but this is
so-
going to be a problem.
Anyway, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Good luck.
7, thank you again for that run. That was amazing.
That was fun. I'll
And
gladly do it again.
See you next
have a
time.
good
Yo,
trip.
yo, take it easy.
Sure, man.
I like your character name.
So now that I've actually finished those Skittles, dude, I cannot stay away from those things. We can, we're basically just backtracking because we have no way of getting out quickly here. In a task scenario, I would have gotten like a bunch of emergency exits, which we could have gotten through a mini game on the ship. But the problem is, it's kind of like a 1 in 6 drop, and we need to finish within a specific time frame. So it's let's not. So now that we have that crown, we can go to Astos and engage in battle and get that crystal eye that I mentioned. Now, you might be noticing I'm taking the path on the left here. I could also go to the right, it's about the same steps, but this path has less forest. And less forest means less encounters, means faster. And I guess for the sake of speedrunning this, that's kind of useful. So we get to this guy. He's gonna laugh at us. He's like the king of the dark elves, the true elven king, blah blah blah, don't care. Let's just beat him. Now we have a really interesting strat for this guy, and actually, like in an any percent run, we actually do. In a full or in any other category, we basically just attack and hope we can one turn this fight. We don't really have the mages like we would have in the any percent category. We need a decent roll on the white mage here, which we got, so he's dead.
Nice. Not bad. Yeah, 220 is about the best roll you can get there, right?
It is, yes. 220 is about as good as it's gonna get. Oh, I got a mithril sword drop there. That's gonna mess up my menuing a bit later.
Welcome
So,
to my gaming.
yay-
I always get random ass drops.
Yay for rare drops, I guess. Oh well, we got the eye. It's all good. Now we're gonna head back. I could again take the path on the left, but it would actually be like 10 steps extra, so it doesn't
But
really end up
encounters?
being worth it.
Well, there's your ambush.
There's my ambush. That's not a terrible ambush, assuming I can actually run away.
That's assuming, though.
Yeah, we shouldn't be assuming those kind of things in this kind of run. It's Final Fantasy 1 after all.
Final Fantasy 1. Okay.
So yeah, this boat trip, since we don't really have anything to help me run away from encounters, this trip to the boat is actually a very big part of RNG in Final Fantasy 1. It can really mess you up in any decent start runs.
I've had a paralock here once, right in that spot, and it took 1.5 minutes to complete.
Oh,
Just one fight.
that's another thing. Oh, there is the nasty ambush. That's like the first nasty ambush I've gotten this run. So I guess it's okay. 7 wolves. The wolves are like the worst encounter in the game. It's like just no. They are fast. They outspeed me every time. So it takes forever to run away. They usually are in big packs of like 6 to 9 encounters, like that. 7. Not great because that takes a lot of time as well. Very often ambush you, so that's kind of a thing. Also, I should probably heal again a bit. So, normally in an any percent run, I wouldn't heal my thieves. In this run we do, because we're actually going to grind up the thieves all the same. We're not gonna grind them necessarily as much, but we are gonna have to grind them a bit. Ideally, I want to get them to like level 28-ish. Oh, that's a really nasty encounter. The warrior, we pretty much have to kill. Well, I can always judgment staff before that ever happens, but yeah. Ideally just okay. We're just gonna staff this because no, we're not gonna deal with that. That's really one of those encounters you just do not want to deal with. Even when you have stuff to run away, this is never a fun encounter.
Mind flayers, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Mind Flayers have a spell that can insta-paralock your entire party.
it's only
You can be ambushed by 5 of them.
it's only managed to one-shot paralock me once, but yeah, that can happen.
Well, then there's
It's,
5 in an ambush. That'll paralock your entire party to death.
This is true. It is. Those things. Well, we'll be seeing them soon enough. So I guess I'll be explaining them when we get there. This entire run, it's basically the same as any percent up to like getting the warp cube, and then we're gonna actually deviate. Well, other than actually grinding a bit more because we need some higher levels.
Yeah, Evil Eye.
Yeah, we'll be at Evil Eye a bit longer than usual. So this is Matoya's cave. She has this. She can make this Joel tonic for us, which is gonna wake up anyone, even if it's under a sleeping curse. So that's a good thing. Problem is she's blind. Now, had we gone here before, she would have mentioned that she's blind and she can't help us with anything and, you know, all that stuff. But we have an eye for her, so it's all fine. We kind of skipped going here to begin with.
It
we're
was
just
her
gonna
eye
do...
that got stolen, though.
Yeah, it was her eye. Now, we didn't get trolled by the brooms, luckily. Those things can actually get in the doorway and just block you for, like, an incredibly high amount of time. I've lost, like, half a minute on those things before. And
Never seen that before in my life.
it's only happened to me, like, twice. But a French runner, Ausabe, he actually once lost world record to that.
Oh no.
He ended up being off of world record by, like, 5 seconds after having lost, like, 15 on that.
Oh,
So...
no.
It's incredibly rare, but it happens, and it's really dumb when it does happen. So now that we've done all that stuff, we're going back to the Elven Castle, which we've already passed several times. Oh, come on, not this kind of stuff. Like, no. Game, no. I know this is a marathon, but no. Okay, thank you.
How many times are you gonna die to this boss?
Well, you're almost up to Thieves Bracelet, so that's good.
Yeah, Thieves Armlets are coming
Oh,
up, so
armlets, sorry.
it's, we're almost done with the worst part.
Yeah, for the guys that don't know, Thieves Armlets have an incredible amount of, I think it was speed or
Agility, yeah.
Agility. So basically that makes it a lot easier to run from fights. And because of equipment glitch, we can put them on everyone.
And not just one, we can actually put...
Everywhere.
Yeah, we can not even just one, we get like 3 of them on everyone too. So every one of them increases my agility by like 5. And since we have 3 of them on everyone, it increases it by 15 on everyone. So we get a huge boost, especially this early in the game. We get the Mystic Key. Yay, we got that key. We've been running around for 10 minutes to get it. Let's go.
But wait.
Leaving to the left here, just because it's a little bit faster. It saves a couple frames or something. It's like 2 steps. It's practically nothing. And then we go up here. We grab this little chest from the treasury.
So you know, a hammer is obviously the most stealthy thing in the world, right? It's a thief's armlet.
Those crystal mails are already screwing me over big time. That's what you get for getting a rare drop. Okay, that was the worst.
Worth out of the way, at least.
Considering that's a frame perfect glitch, that actually went really well. So I'm gonna sell those, well I guess I might as well sell that as well, but we're gonna sell those. And I'm gonna buy a couple gold needles. Hopefully we won't actually end up needing those. But this is FF1, and we might. We'll hope not, but basically what they do is they cure petrification. And let's just say if everybody's petrified, we have a really big problem. So now that we've done all of that, well, granted we have a bit of extra equipment now, we have some extra money, but now that we've basically done all of that, we're going back to the starting town and getting something out of the treasury here. Because that was all necessary to get this one piece of, this one item that was in this treasury all along, but the king was just too greedy to give it to us. I mean, we saved his daughter from some evil knight, like, please, this was all I asked for.
His daughter's not liquid assets though, dude.
True, true.
I'm sorry, it just works that way.
Not anymore.
Well, we now stole it, so we have it. We're fine. So now that we have that, let's go see the dwarves. The dwarves, they're building a canal between this piece of ocean, like the sea that we're in right now, and kind of like the rest of the world. And they can do that. They're almost done, actually. But in order to finish it up, they need a block of TNT, or in this case, nitro powder. It's actually called TNT in the NES version. So let's just give him to that. Let's just give him that, and we'll be done sooner than you know it. Problem this, they're in some cave way off somewhere that I can't easily access. Get some preemptives on these wolves, so I guess that's that at least. This is Mount Duragar. This is where we're gonna see that dwarf that I was talking about.
Sure.
That's this guy. He's all happy that we have the nitro powder for him because, you know, the king was too greedy to give him that as well. I mean, that was a greedy king. I'll tell you that much.
She didn't fake a crystal or ruby.
True.
Give me money because I have a ruby. It's only fake.
So yeah, we run away because obviously the entire cave is gonna flood as soon as he does this, right? We even get a cutscene on top of it because I guess these dwarves don't mind that we're in a speedrun and they would just take their time rather than going fast. At least we can mash through it. Saves like 3 seconds, which is still 3 seconds we save over every other version of this game, because in every other version you'd actually have to sit through it. And he even does a little dance around. Happy little dwarf right there. Okay, now we can go. Well, as soon as he's walked away. And with that, let's get back to our ship and actually start exploring the rest of the world.
But dang.
Well, I mean, we kind of have to search for those 4 crystals so we can save the world.
We might need some equipment though.
We might, yeah. I mean, I accidentally equipped the hammer on the white mage earlier, so that's not too good. And I guess these staffs are kind of outliving their use in terms of physical damage.
So yeah, you know, there's this one weapon that has a lot of strength. You figure we can use those?
Yeah, but we're not gonna get that until like almost the end of the game because we need to get that from Crrool, right? I mean, we're gonna fight Crrool, and we're gonna get one, but
you know, we might just be able to forge them out of some gloves.
Oh, well, I think we have some gloves in this next town. Let me see if those work.
Let's see, dude.
That little whirlpool there, we've actually never entered it before on a BSG. We are going to do that today. That is Lifespring Grotto. It's one of the bonus dungeons, and we're actually going to get in there and actually complete that dungeon. But we won't be doing that for another 2 hours at least.
So here's Melmond. This is not the last time you'll see this.
No, we will be here a couple more times.
So, you know, steel gloves, man.
Let's see what they glitch into, shall we?
Let's see.
Ooh, that might just be it. That is a barbarian sword.
I mean, a mage wearing a freaking sword. How is that not just completely intended?
It's gotta be intended. Like,
Obviously.
we have it here.
There we go. So, basically that sword has the most base, damage and the highest strength modifier in the entire game. So even on characters that wouldn't normally be able to use it that well, they will get an enormous attack increase. Also, these shadows here, you can only... Or was that specters?
Nah, shadows are only ever preemptive or ambushes.
So yeah, if they ambush you, they hate your guts.
Yeah, it's...
A lot.
You know that this game hates you as soon as you get ambushed by these things. But yeah, let me emphasize on that sword a little bit more. You guys may have heard of such swords as Excalibur, which is, you know, it's from legend. It's probably some powerful sword. This sword, the Barbarian Sword, is about 3 times the base power of Excalibur. It's 3 times as powerful as the next best sword in the game. You normally only get it from Crrool 203, whom we're actually going to fight today. Assuming I don't mess up Labyrinth, but, you know, I shouldn't mess up for any reason. I practiced enough for it, so we should be okay. So yeah, 3 times the base power as the sword that you get from the biggest super boss of the game. Or you only get it from the biggest super boss of the game. Sorry. On top of which, it's one of the few swords that actually has a strength modifier, and it actually even has a strength modifier of like 15. It's huge. It's like that. You'll see on this next boss how powerful the sword is. I'll wait with the spoilers a bit till this next boss.
I'm gonna say in before cockatrice ambush.
Yeah, so you may have seen that I took a little bit of a safety save there.
Let's just say I died here.
Yeah, you can die here. It's super rare.
Twice now.
Really?
In 10 runs. Yeah.
Oh wow, that is it's never happened to me. I've seen it happen to some other runs. It's like super rare. It hardly ever happens, but we do not want to have that happen in a marathon because we'd get set back to the start of the game. That's the power. That was this entire boss, by the way. But yes, that was a boss fight.
No, you get set back to level 3 start of.
Well,
this
now
floor.
yes, but
You saved, right?
yeah, I did.
Just before.
I did. But if I hadn't, and I would have haven't then,
Yeah. Okay.
we would have been set back to the start of the game. So let's not do that.
The thing is, I got screwed once on my way back after killing Vampire.
Yeah, some run is actually saved right after Vampire as well. I figure, you know.
I do now.
Personally,
After getting screwed twice.
Personally, I don't really feel like it's worth it because of how rare it is. But yeah, it can happen. And some people are just
Rare
really,
is my fate.
really good at getting particularly unlucky with those kind of things. This guy is one of them. There's like 2 runners. It's him and it's Double Drop, who's like the number 5 in the world or something. So yeah, it's a thing because it's FF1. So yeah, floor 1 and 2, easy floors, nothing to worry about here. We can just breeze through them. Had I gone for that minigame, which I would have probably done had it been a world record attempt of sorts, I guess this is still technically a record attempt because this category has never been ran before, but, you know, in an actual record attempt of any percent, you'd probably want to go for that because you wouldn't have to walk out here. You'd lose about a minute getting it, but, you know, this entire walkout could be skipped with 1 item.
Wait, what?
It's,
In the boat.
yeah,
What?
the boat minigame.
I should really learn that minigame
It's,
then.
it's
so tired of
well,
that walk.
Well, to be fair, even the world record run doesn't use it. Because...
Means I can save a minute by default.
Yeah, but it's a 1 in 6. It's a 1 in 6 drop, so 5 out of 6 runs die on the boat in that case. Which is why
I can
most
always
runners...
try it once and then just go for any percent anyway. But the time I currently have, I would still save time.
Yeah, true.
I mean, how long does a minigame take?
About a minute, because you have to finish between half a minute and a
I have
minute.
a 141, so I can at least save like 10 more minutes. Easy.
True. So yeah, this guy, he wants the Star Ruby. We happen to have already picked that up in a chest earlier. Oh, that's convenient. Normally, if you go to this place and look for the Earth Rod, you would get blocked by this thing, and he'd be like, "Oh, I'm hungry. I'm not gonna let you pass." But we have a Star Ruby. We picked that up just after the vampire fight, so now we can.
Yeah. Pro tip: don't forget that ruby.
Yeah, forgetting that ruby is, yeah, it's bad. It basically means you have to go back all the way to get it.
No, it basically means you reset.
Yeah, at that point.
Screw that shit.
Assuming you saved, you can go back to a reset.
Welcome to being 30 minutes in and realizing you had messed up one thing in the entire run and had to reset.
Yeah.
Yay!
I literally just forgot to pick up the damn box after the boss.
I have luckily never forgot.
It was the first time I wasn't playing with notes.
Well, I mean, there's this one runner, I believe it was Rory Extra Life that had it happen. He got the emergency exit for like the first time or something, and in his excitement, he emergency exited out just after the vampire. So he was out of the cave in no time at all, but he didn't get the Star Ruby and didn't save. Well, let's just say that was the end of that run. I think it was Rory Extra Life that had it happen to him.
We'll see.
Might be somebody else.
We did that in old route. all the resets.
Yeah, Dark
Yeah.
Dark Link is one of the old runners. He the formerly best Dutch runner actually, but with all the new route, he's still a really solid runner. It's, he should get over here sometime. We should have a three-way race of sorts, just all the Dutch runners. So yeah, now
We should get 7 sins into FF1 and then do a 4-way race.
yeah, we could, or I could try to get Sedillion back. She can do it.
Fair enough.
She'd have to learn the new route, but...
I should finish that guide.
Oh wow, okay. Well, this game officially hates me, it seems. We got ambushed.
That's only 1.
That's true.
I have 2 on average. Every fucking run.
That's
2 on
true.
average.
But even then, this game hates you if you get an ambush. Like, no matter if it's 1 or 2 on average.
What do you think? I have a 141.
This is true.
You're not supposed to ever get over 140 unless the game freaking hates you.
So in the well, it happened to me last BSG. That was fun.
That's what I'm saying, unless the game hates you.
Yeah.
Marathons make the game hate you at the instant. Also, I'm pretty... Wasn't that just a chaos mess up, though? Or was that GBA?
No, that was not. That was a lot of things that happened. Death to white dragons, among other things. So yeah, taking a second safety save here, basically the same story as before. And let's make our way to the first major boss of the game. We've had some smaller bosses at this point, but none of them were really too special. Let's be fair, the last boss we literally one-shot. I mean, that can't have been that special, right? So, throughout
Would be a
this...
shame if it happened again.
So yeah, this, so throughout the game, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to gather the 4 crystals. The crystal of earth, fire, water, and air. And with that, you can open a portal to 2,000 years in the past and be chaos and you save the world. It's really just FF1 in a nutshell, because this game doesn't have a whole lot of story to it. This is what we need the Earth Rod for, by the way.
That one stone.
Yeah, it actually always messes me up in PSX, because you actually have to use the Earth Rod from the menu there. It's yeah. So PSX, it's a bit dumb.
No, Sony. That's bad.
It had
Very,
that
very bad.
in the NES version as well.
What, from the menu?
Yeah.
Okay, then that kind of makes sense.
Well...
RIP finding the damn judgment staff. Jesus. That's a bitch.
So yeah, this is the Pisco Demon. We have seen them before as a boss, but it's the first time we see them as a random encounter. And it's the first time we see something as an unrunnable encounter. We haven't seen any of those yet.
You didn't even see them on floor 3 twice.
No.
I'm in... how?
Because my marathon luck?
I need that for every run I ever have from this point onward.
Don't worry, his endgame is usually shit.
Actually, his PB, his endgame is actually the only thing that's good about it.
Yeah, my PB has a crappy early game.
I mean, like during marathons.
Fair.
I lose like, or I save like a minute and a half on every run
I
that I
saved
do.
a minute and a half on your crown.
Exactly.
While I was still practicing.
And that's like the 6th time and the current best time on console. So yeah, this is, oh, by the way, this is the first major boss. We saved as he's like one of the most deadliest bosses. I'm saying one of the most deadliest bosses because there are actually more deadly bosses in this run because we're doing all dungeons.
He can destroy you instantly if it feels like
Yeah.
it.
He has one move called Blizzara. If he does it, you're just dead. There's just nothing you can do. So yeah,
Seen it once.
we get to light up the Earth Crystal here, and we get to see the unlocking of one of the bonus dungeons, which we are actually going to do today.
Yay.
Oh, by the way, chat, in about like an hour, hour and a half, it's still a long way away. But I need to know from you guys the favorite of the elemental archfiends of Final Fantasy IV. I need to know your favorite of the Dark Crystal bosses of Final Fantasy III, and I've got some 5 and 6 bosses coming up as well. we get to pick one in some of those cases. The 5 and 6 bosses, there's not really a choice. But for 3 and 4, there is quite the choice. For 6, we just have to fight them all. So that's
the question is, what would be
coming up.
your pick?
Well, for 5 is one that I already said, because route. It's, you know, because of the route, one of them is significantly slow. There is your second ambush, by the way. One of them is significantly slower than the other, so 5 is routed out. For 3 and 4, it doesn't really matter. I would probably go for Kignatso and I guess the air one, whatever her name is again.
Encounters on this part are quite rare in the water, actually. I think.
Nah, it's about the same everywhere.
I haven't seen them happen that often for that stretch for some reason. Like, ever. Usually I just get to freaking...
I've had it a few times. It's pretty common. Okay, we are just going to kill this. I am not going to bother with this. But yeah, for 3 I would go for Echidna because it's the easiest boss. Although all of the bosses there are easy.
So, you see a random island on the left. Or on the right, we go left. That's how we route this game, man. You see an island on the right, go left.
Actually, I use a different visual cue. You see that peninsula there? Just above it? When that's off screen, I go to the left.
I've seen that in notes, didn't know what the hell they meant. I looked at the video. That worked.
That island works just as well, by the way. It doesn't really matter, but I do use the peninsula. It's like the triangle bit where Cavern of Earth is on, that piece of land.
Oh, so when that's off screen.
As soon as that's off screen, I go to the left, and that ends up here. And from there, I can navigate.
Yeah, fair. The point I have just goes below that, so it kind of just exactly lines up.
It works just as well, really. There's really no difference.
Not much, anyway.
It's just really what kind of points you taught yourself and what kind of visual cues you use. It's all fine. Now we're going to Crescent Lake here. We're actually going to go there twice today. That's something that you've not seen before. That's actually a difference between this and the any percent route. This is where we're gonna get exit later, so that's why we need to go here twice. It's a level 6 white magic spell, which is gonna replace teleport, basically.
For now, we're just gonna cheat some more on the equipment.
Actually, I'm gonna get some more here. Play it a bit safe. We're gonna use a few more than regularly.
So, you know, weapons are pretty interesting armor as well. I mean...
Yeah, that Mithril Axe is a really solid piece of armor, isn't it?
It is. You know, maybe we can make a vest. It's kind of cold out.
It is, isn't it? I mean, those armlets, I mean, they're nice, but just walking around with a couple...
Armlet around your freaking chest.
Yeah,
it's kind of cold, man. Let's make some vests.
Funny enough, it's actually an armor thing, not a glove thing. But, you know. But yeah, let's make some black garbs here. Just increases our agility a tad more.
Yeah, I mean, dressed in all black, that sounds like a good idea.
Hello? Hello? Okay, there we go. That, like I said before, that is actually a frame perfect thing, so... I guess it's fine that I messed up a few times. That wasn't too bad, though.
Yeah, these black garbs here give you even more agility than the thief armlets actually do.
Yeah, remember that thieves armlets where I said 5 agility for each of them? This is 10 agility for each of them, so we basically just practically doubled our agility. At least from the equipment. So we've got so much equipment, so much agility now that we're just gonna run from everything. Or so we hope, unless this kind of thing screws me over. We've seen a surprisingly high number of Sahagin ambushes today, I gotta say.
Looks pretty usual to me.
Now,
unfortunately.
With that, we're actually going to what's even now, even in all dungeons, is probably the worst dungeon in the game. I guess most all bosses runners wouldn't agree with me anymore, because most of them dislike Labyrinth of Time more, but I love Labyrinth of Time, it's fun. So this is still the least favorite dungeon in the game. There are just a couple ways that this dungeon can screw you over. And I guess you've got more experience with that than I do, so even though you've only been running this game for a very short amount of time, I guess I should let you explain that one.
So, you know, this dungeon, basically every dungeon has an encounter table. It has 64 slots for encounters, and there's this one mob there called a white dragon. It has 1 out of 64 slots. You can encounter those, actually. You can encounter them 4 times in one run. It happened to my first run ever. It was a complete blind run. I got 4 white dragons in one run.
Did you ever end up highlighting that, by the way?
I did.
Cool. Thanks. I should watch that back sometime. That was fun. That was just...
I got 4 white dragons over the course of 18 minutes, but...
Well, still.
We'll
I
watch
mean-
your VOD where you guys 30.
That was FF2, though. To be fair, this run actually has a boss that's worse, so...
Good.
Oh! Would you look at that?
Hey!
Would you look at
That's
that?
one.
It didn't insta-kill you, though.
True, because I have very high agility, decided to attack, and I actually had enough health to tank it. Probably. But yeah, that was the 1 in 64 slot.
Have we
It's,
talked about unlevelable yet?
yeah, we have.
Okay.
We did in Cavern of Earth when I got the Piscos there.
Ah, fair enough.
If you have FFZ, by the way, there was this one emote that I would have asked you to spam. It was if we had seen the 1 in 64 in the previous dungeon. We didn't see it, unfortunately. Oh, there's that petrification I was telling you guys that we would hopefully not see. Well, we
Cockatrice
got it.
ambush, I mean,
True.
what's to be expected?
Luckily, we have gold needles. No big deal. And we'll just keep moving. Now, this is also the dungeon. Like, first of all, this is probably one of the most confusing dungeons in the game. When learning this dungeon, you will get confused. It's gonna happen. It's
You
happened
will also
to
walk
everyone.
out of the dungeon.
Yeah. 9 out of 10 runners walk out of the dungeon before they actually get to the end of the dungeon, which is that little crystal jewel thing you see on the side there. So yeah, that's a common theme among new runners. To be fair, I have walked out as well when I started learning this game. I know you have walked out as well when learning this game.
That's how that's how I found the 3rd white dragon.
It's kind of a common theme. I'm gonna actually lower my health here a bit.
Then I died to it and found the 4th.
Why?
That might actually not be low enough. I'm like 10 health off of what I want. That's fine. We'll do something quick and we'll fix it. Because I'm actually gonna kill off the thieves for a little while, so that the white mage can catch up on levels a bit, and it saves like 2 minutes. That is a legit strat that's used, by the way, in all bosses. It saves like 2 minutes, so I might as well make use of that in all dungeons as well.
Oh, Dex got a home save. He liked to tweet.
Okay, gonna save here, because bad stuff can happen here.
You can drop off.
For example, that. And I'm gonna wait out this fight. This is the Evil Eye. It's kind of a mini-boss. Ideally, I want to see a move called Thundara, which will pretty much one-shot most of my characters. There we go, that's it.
That's a good cycle. That could have been a lot worse.
Now, if you know any percent, I mean, in any percent, we only grind to like level 18 and a half. That's not gonna happen here. We actually do need a bit more. We need about the same level as we would need in a glitchless run. So it's not that bad. Like, it's about the same level as a glitchless run. That can't be that bad. We need level 33 on my white mage. So we're gonna sit here for like a good 15 minutes at least. It's if anybody had to go to the bathroom but didn't want to miss anything of the run, or you know, yeah, you wanted to grab a drink quickly but you didn't know when to do it, well, now is a really good time to do that.
Do it now!
Crrool, need a drink.
No thanks. I'm good. So yeah, basically this one tile, it's spiked, and throughout the game there's a couple tiles where whenever I walk on top of that tile, we get a specific encounter, in this case, Evil Eye. That's gonna happen no matter how often I walk on that tile, it'll always give you the same encounter or encounter combination. Since this tile has a mini-boss on it, it gives a lot of experience, and I mean a lot of experience. It's ridiculous amounts of experience, so it's very useful for us, considering we need to kill some bonus bosses, and that can be hard. Especially Shinryu. Shinryu, oh boy. Don't get me started on that thing. We'll get there. We'll be fighting Shinryu. We get the choice between Shinryu and Omega, but Omega is slow. So yeah, we're gonna I'm killing it off with a White Mage first, just so that she can kind of tank up, because the White Mage really only needs to get to level 33. The rest doesn't really matter. I think level 23, that seems about right. So we're gonna revive those two thieves. They've been eating dirt for a while now. I might as well get them back up here. I don't necessarily need to grind the thieves. Thing is, well, they're kind of low on health. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to revive them, and this way I'm going to give them health, so that they can actually tank hits. It's also the reason I keep the warrior dead. The warrior gets that health no problem. But thieves are not particularly powerful, so we'll just do it like this. We're done here as soon as the White Mage hits level 33, so if any of you guys have a good story, now is a good time to tell it, because I'm pretty much done. Like, this is just grinding. This is the only bit of grinding I'm gonna do, but this is just grinding. See, this is why I had Jasper here, so he could tell some stories about how he was learning the game and all that. But yeah, he's gone now. This was what I needed him for.
What a nerd.
Yeah, I know, right? It's
You hire him for one thing.
yeah, and I mean, I did kind of say this was the one time to go grab a drink. I guess that was meant for everybody except him and I guess myself, because I still need to play the game. I guess we should also save here quickly. It's actually pretty easy to fall off, and there is a backup grinding spot, but it's slow. We don't want to do that.
Do you have any Skittles-related tales to regale?
Not really. I mean, I love Skittles, but not really. I just love those things. Those things are amazing. It's a shame eating during a marathon run is not particularly recommended. And now, if Jasper was here telling some stories...
You haven't been eating those?
I've eaten a few.
No.
But I've not eaten none. Don't trust me. I could not stay away from them. But, you know, if Jasper was here telling stories, I could start munching on those Skittles. That was kind of my whole plan, but he's wasting all of that. I mean, so good for so much for good assistance, I guess.
You can't find any help these days.
Well, we can find help, just not good help. So when are you gonna learn Final Fantasy 1, Kenan?
Never.
Why not?
I don't like RNG in my games.
I mean, even Jasper could learn it. Like, if he can do it.
I can probably learn it, that's not the problem. But if I would like to run it, that's the next question.
I mean, it's really only good for races, honestly. It's a fun game to race, honestly. Because, you know, everybody's got a shot because of that RNG.
I guess that's true.
Plus, like, 133 is pretty free. I get it in, like, my average marathon run.
I was actually... Zeke was just saying, like, I should play RPG games. I have an RPG game on my list of games I might try learning, to be honest.
Which RPG might that be?
Child of Light.
Ah, okay, yeah, I've heard of that game.
Yeah, I've played it before and I saw, like, a run of it at this SGDQ and I was like, that's pretty interesting. Maybe I should try running it for a bit.
That was, by the way, the Mind Flyer that Jasper just mentioned, who would have been able to explain that if he was actually here. What level are we even on by now? I have not been keeping track of levels, by the way. We really don't need to keep track of levels until near the end, because I keep safety saving every, like, 3 minutes. Let's just say if something happens here and I get paralocked, which is a bit higher a chance because we only have 3 characters, it's bad. And there have been times where that was not recoverable because you just lost so much time. I don't intend to have that happen today. Speaking of which, 27. We only need like 6 more levels. 6 more levels on my white mage and we're done. We need that, by the way, in order to get a certain spell. Like with any other Final Fantasy 1 run, the only real reason we grind is because we want spells. And on some occasions, some health. We are looking for a specific level 7 spell, which is the second highest level magic in the game. Namely Hilaga, which is the upgraded form of Hilara, which we use in the any % run. It basically heals for like double the amount, which is very useful if bosses deal like 800 damage a turn. Which, yes, Crrool can deal 800 damage a turn.
Whoa, that's quite a lot.
A hasted Crrool can actually one-shot you from max health. Granted, it's the biggest super boss in the game, but even then.
Oh, is that like the Final Fantasy boss in Super Mario RPG?
I guess? I've not finished Super Mario RPG, so yeah, I guess that's kind of on me though.
I wish I would. Story time. These, to keep it sort of relevant, Skittles nowadays are amazingly hard to find.
Actually,
in large quantities.
Actually, it's okay. I mean, around my area, they actually still sell those bigger bags of them. Not huge, but...
We tried. We went to 2 supermarkets, tried to find a candy store which was closed, and the supermarket had like Skittles, but they were like the tiny children's size.
Oh, those. Yeah, no.
Packets.
I know which one you mean.
And so we went to just a general grocer's store, like where you usually buy hair dye, and they were closing, and they were like, "What are you looking for?" And we said, "We need Skittles." This was like at like 5 minutes to 6, and most stores close at 6. So we need Skittles. And he said, "Okay, run in. You have 2 minutes." And we just tried finding them, and there were no Skittles there. Until we found the over-the-counter medicine cabinet, which was like stuffed with like stuff like iBooks, but also Skittles and mints, because apparently it went painkillers, throat soothers, and then Skittles, and they weren't the bigger bags. They were the 200-gram kind. And they were more expensive per gram than the tiny packets, which we'd seen earlier. But at this point, the supermarkets had closed themselves, so we couldn't go back. So I just got just like arms full of tiny Skittles bags to fill up my nice mason jar. And that is the tale of how I finally did end up with Skittles.
Oh, what a beautiful story. I am really enjoying these Skittles, by the way. It is amazing that you got them.
I just couldn't not do it. When you said we could wake you up in the middle of the night for them, the first thing my mind went to is, well, if he's sleeping at this BSG again. But then I saw the time you were on, and it just made sense to just get some Skittles for the night shift.
Well, I was gonna sleep a couple hours during Okami then, no offense, Gan.
No, it's fine.
So, I guess that would have been your
We could have
chance.
tried it. Darn.
Rip you. Where the hell
meme
is
is
Jasper? He was gonna get some drinks. I need him to tell stories right now. Kenan,
Well-
go fetch a Jasper. It might be hard to find, but
Go find a Jasper.
we're
Actually,
literally almost done with the grinding section, and I needed him for that one grinding section. I need 2 more levels.
Speaking of Final Fantasy, have you ever played the MMO number 14?
No, I have not actually.
I can calling out sleeping through your room. Oh.
I mean, it kind of starts at 3:30 a.m. for me, and I've been running around BSG getting stuff done all day. Jasper,
Oh, God.
you were supposed to tell stories during this.
You didn't even find a shiny one.
I'm so sorry.
where were you?
You
I
asked
only
for my
worked for
story
5
before.
seconds.
True,
The
but
dungeon
you've got
started.
more stories to tell, probably. I mean, you've just
Not really.
Oh.
There's
rip
not
me.
that much interesting.
Whatever.
stuff.
So that was the grinding section. Not really, because we still need 2 levels, but I'm gonna finish that up elsewhere.
Okay.
That's what you get for accidentally falling off, which you tend to try to avoid. There is a backup for this, as long as you're late enough in the grind. Because there's a zombie dragon encounter later that we can use just as well.
Citadel of Trials.
Right.
Yeah, Citadel of Trials, which is the next dungeon.
So no more stories are needed?
Well, we could use a story of your routing and stuff during Citadel of Trials, I guess, during that grind. I mean, you've done a lot of work in like the 10 runs you've done,
How?
making a full-on set of notes and
Oh, that stuff.
yeah, that stuff. By the time we get to the next grinding section, I guess you could explain or could talk a bit about it, because I'm really out of stuff to talk about. Like that was 15 minutes of grinding right there, and we just needed those levels. I have been able to munch on some Skittles during his amazing Skittles story, but I mean,
So yeah, basically what happened was I started playing Final Fantasy 1 and I was like, yo, these notes, they're like, they say what I need to do, but they're not very clear. I was basically spending half of the time I was playing trying to figure out maps, and I was like, how is this not just marked? So what I've been doing over the past little bit while I had some spare time is I actually rewrote the entire guide, and I'm starting to add arrows to every freaking map until like everything is marked out on the entire map.
it'll be so detailed. If anybody in chat ever wants to pick up this run, and please do, it's an amazing run, it's really easy to learn. Even if you've never ever played Final Fantasy, you will get it down real quick. Jasper can attest to that, because he was doing a blind speedrun and he's got like almost a sub 140 already.
I've gotten to airship, so we've got like the first hour of the game down.
Yeah,
Now
I'd say
in the route, like I've
15 minutes.
mapped out everything up until like just before airship. So Ice Cave, everything is done before that.
See, if you wanna pick up this game, and like I said, please do. It's
Pester me to finish it sometime.
yeah, it's incredibly fun. It's
I
really
haven't
easy
had
to
the
learn.
time, honestly.
Like these notes will be so beginner friendly. Even if you've never played this game, you will get through it in like 2.5 hours. I guarantee you that much. So yeah, next up is the Citadel of Trials. Now, this is actually a really interesting dungeon, especially on this category, or on any any percent category. In the very old any percent route, if Darkling is still in chat, he can attest to that. We actually used to not do this. We used to grind to level 33 on the White Mage, get Hilaga, and do the final boss with that. But what we decided to do is we were routing all bosses, because, you know, that seemed fun. We wanted to do full bestiary until we realized that would mean doing Labyrinth of Time 8 times, and we were like, yeah, let's not. So we routed out all bosses, and we figured, well, we might need to do class change. And what we found is there is actually an item in the Labyrinth of Time that gives us such a huge magic boost that it ended up being faster to get Hilara, skip all of that grinding, and do this entire dungeon than it would have been to not do this dungeon and just immediately go for, you know, the rest of the game after the boss. It's if it wasn't for the fact that we routed out all bosses and similar categories like full bestiary and all dungeons, we probably would have never actually ended up doing that very thing that now saves 2 minutes. Plus, makes it actually a lot more fun of a run, because any percent really only grinds for 2 minutes. Don't expect any percent to be this bad, by the way. I may not have emphasized that too much, but any percent is not that bad in terms of grinding. It's like, it literally feels like you're going in and out, just getting a quick couple levels. So yeah, these are nightmares. They're supposed to be a pain. They are being a pain, although the first one was okay, I guess.
These are quite hard to run from.
They are quite hard to run from. I figured since I'm like 15 levels higher than I normally am, I can probably make do.
In any percent, I straight up just give up and kill them unless I get a preemptive.
Yeah.
I just don't even.
Same here. In any percent, if it's a preemptive, you just run, and if not, you usually just kill them because it's faster on
I
average.
think it's even marked as unrunnable.
In the old notes, yes. In doubles
In
notes.
the current notes, that is.
Oh, there's some more mind flyers, and they ambush me, and there's 4 of them. That can be fun. If you want to hit anyone, hit my warrior, please.
That's not that bad yet. Oh, by the way, to make this even worse, these things can one-hit kill you by just punching you in the face.
Yeah, they can.
Just as a side note, they can punch you in the face and instant kill you from whatever health.
Yeah, so when I was
don't
first
give a
learning
damn.
this game, I ran into them in Cavern of Ice, and that is what killed my very first run. That's the rat's tail, by the way. We were here to get that item, because the tail of a rat is... what? Well, yeah.
That's
So-
what I was saying, don't abuse it.
So yeah, the thing with that
it's
rat's
also
tail
in-
is the legend of this
Nightbot
place
is in
is
Discord.
you will find whatever you or whatever would deem you worthy. So if you expect some big sword or anything,
Double bot power.
that'd be what you get. But you know, we don't really care. We just want to prove our worth to Bahamut, so that'll do. I'm getting unlucky on these dragon zombies, by the way. Ideally, I'd have 2 of them. So yeah, these things actually give a little bit less experience than the white dragons we fought earlier, or the evil eyes we fought earlier. Well, they give about the same as white dragons anyway, so it's not completely untrue. 2 of them do give more. Since we have a 4th character, that does end up slowing it down a bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you had another story to tell, which you kind of just told the story was for this scene. But yeah, if you had another story to tell, feel free to.
No, I don't. You know. God damn it, dude! You keep telling me to tell stories too soon. It's your fault.
I guess he's
Your
blaming.
damn fault.
He's blaming it on me again. He did that yesterday as well when we were setting up here,
Of
blaming
course.
everything on me. I mean, he told the story. I told him it was for when we were grinding on dragon zombies, but I mean,
You told me that just now.
No, I did say that earlier.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. I'm pretty sure I did. I mean, it's not a big deal, honestly. But yeah, these dragon zombies, they're kind of the backup strat in case you ever fall down, which luckily doesn't happen a lot, but in a category like this where you grind there for way too long, you do end up having to resort to this every now and again. The good thing is, these things actually do have a really good thing to them. They can drop a Mega Elixir, and that Mega Elixir is very, very useful for later on. Actually, if you, since you guys are around, you could actually do me a favor here. One of the FF3 bosses in Earthgift Shrine has a Mega Elixir. Either drops it or has it in a chest near him. Actually, no, I think I know which one it is, but it's in a chest next to him. If anybody could look, yeah, well, I mean, I'd have to look through all the rooms.
Oh, okay.
I'd have to look through all the rooms if somebody could tell me which of the 4 it is. That would be convenient.
What?
Just go to like any FAQ of the bonus dungeons. Earthgift Shrine and search for the term Mega Elixir. You'll find it soon enough.
I know the map, so that works. God damn it.
That works too. I think it's Aramon, but I'm not sure, and I don't want to have to bother looking through four rooms to fact check that. That Mega Elixir is actually really useful for the super boss of this game, as well as, you know, these dragon zombies can actually drop that. So ideally he would. We'll see if he actually ends up dropping one, but...
Cheating in the speedrun.
Cheating? That's not cheating, that's just...
Which map was it?
Oh,
They've
we
been
actually got a
equipping
drop
their-
there. We actually got the drop
Yeah,
there.
they've been equipping swords on their bellies.
It's Earthgift Shrine, 5th floor.
Looking up where an item is, that's cheating.
Yeah.
I mean, we wouldn't necessarily need it because we just got the drop of it, which works. But it would be convenient. It's just some safety items because it's a marathon. I actually didn't route out getting it because you can be fine all the same without. Actually, we're done grinding. Let's go.
The ghoul.
And the item was the Mega Elixir.
Yep.
Is that hyphenated?
Is that what?
Hyphenated? Does it have a dash in between the mega
No, it
and the
doesn't.
elixir?
No, it doesn't.
No, it's one word.
Speedrun is one word!
Yeah, it's 5th floor.
It doesn't have a map though.
But it should note down the bosses and their respective rewards, I think. That's kind of what I was hoping for. I'm fairly sure it's Aramon, but I don't want to get to Aramon and find out I'm wrong. Yeah, I mean, like I said, we would probably be fine because I got a Mega Elixir drop, which is actually really convenient.
So it's supposed to be dropped, right?
I think it's either a drop or it's in a chest just next to the boss.
Dragon Zombie Phantom Train have this reward, so it's not a drop.
Okay, yeah, Phantom Train drops it as well. That's one of the bosses we're going to fight. You know, for those that know FF6, we're gonna fight Phantom Train today, which is a fun boss. We don't have a monk to suplex it with, but I guess we'll work something out. So yeah, this is Bahamut, like the king of dragons, and
The only
he's...
one that has a chest is top right.
Yeah, okay, so it is Aramon. That is the Aramon bit, by the way.
Is he affiliated with Auron?
No, don't think so. I think you're out of luck. So yeah, he just gave us a class upgrade. Now we're a bit powerful. Instead of mages, we have wizards. Instead of a warrior, we have a knight. And instead of thieves, we have ninjas. All of those being very useful. Now this is where the route is going to differentiate a little bit between what we're going to do today and what Jasper would have been used to. We are actually not going to Melman today. Be slow, because there's nothing there for us to pick up. So there should be there's Crescent Lake, that'll do. Instead, we're going to Crescent Lake, and we're gonna get a white magic spell here. Exit, there we go. Exit lets us immediately leave a dungeon, and that saves us having to backtrack every now and then.
Except that's just cheat.
And we're just on to Mount Gunk.
Don't do that though.
So, you might notice that we're walking on as many lava tiles here as possible, and that's because lava tiles actually don't spawn encounters. Makes this a very easy, very convenient walk, and since we have as much health as we do, we don't really have to worry about that either. The only downside is we don't yet have a heal spell. In any percent we would, but since this is all dungeons, we do not. So we're just gonna have to heal with potions in a bit. was some terrible walking right there. That's only minor stuff, but... And with that, we're almost coming up to the second major boss of the game. You might start to be thinking, like, when are they actually going to do stuff? We haven't really fought any bosses in a while. I mean, we've done some mini-bosses. Oh, I'm actually running out of potions. Cool. That's fine, we're about to get more. We're gonna get high potions later. Plus, like, we have plenty of health here, it's all fine.
This is a skill zone.
Dude. Oh! There's
Yeah,
your energy for the day.
So this is Merilith. We one-shot him here. This is actually, in any percent, it's not gonna happen. In all dungeons or all bosses, it's a range. It's a very rare range that I've only once gotten before. But if the ninja goes first, and you critical, and you get a high enough roll, you one-shot Merilith.
Nice.
So we got that in a marathon, which is insane. It only saves like 3 seconds, but hey, I mean, I'll take it. And we get to see the unlocking of Hellfire Chasm, which is probably my second favorite of the bonus dungeons. It's close with Whisperwind. It's a really fun bonus dungeon. We'll get there in a bit. We need to do a couple more things before we're gonna go there, but we'll get there soon enough.
At least all the tweets are scheduled till like tomorrow. Like till the next setup block, which is somewhere past 12. Also, I'm pretty sure I can't even sleep at Carol's place anymore because he went home like an hour ago, so he's asleep now.
Ask Pickled? He's probably asleep as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
I guess you're not gonna get sleep tonight then.
Nah, I'll figure something out.
Yeah, we're gonna go
At
with
least I have people to cover for Cat. So I won't have a Giovanni waking me up 10 times.
Okay, there we go. So what I did there is, this is actually really, really different from any percent. In any percent, you'd buy 2 giant tonics and you're fine. In all dungeons though, two of those just won't cut it. It's not enough. Instead, we're gonna buy like 60 of each. On top of 60 giant tonics and 60 speed drinks, and that's gonna give us enough to get through the bonus dungeons and actually beat through the bosses.
Here's another small story for you. Don't forget about that fairy.
Good story, man.
I didn't say it was very long.
See, I bought a couple cottages there. That's for when we leave
Let's
the
just say the
dungeon, so we
implied
can heal up in
story is I
between.
did.
And we're gonna talk to the fairy here. Now, this fairy, she's a really nice fairy. She. You can't really tell it's a fairy.
You're a fairy.
So, I mean, it looks like a female, but you can't be sure it's a fairy.
Yeah, where are you? Fairest?
I'm just not. No. Okay.
But yeah, that fairy, he or she or it's really nice. She's just gonna give us the what's that thing again? The oxy eel.
Okay, chat. Okay.
He means the fact that Ape Escape 2 was run twice. One terrible any percent attempt and then an actual good one.
Nice.
Because he went for new game instead of continue.
Good.
So Jasper, did you know that we actually used to go to this shop all the time and buy that spell there?
I did not, and I'm pretty sure I don't want to know the old route because it sounds slow as heck.
Did you know that blue guy was usually in the way at that point, and for some reason now he's not?
See you later. Goodbye forever.
So yeah, this girl, she asks us to save the
There's
mermaids.
also that one dragon that just decides to randomly spawn or not spawn in the bottom, in the path.
He always spawns, but he tends to move around.
Like half of the time I don't see him, but then
Yeah,
half
he
of the time I
can
do.
be way down, or he can be too far to the left and you don't see him. but he's always there.
It's Lemuria.
So
You're submerged, that's why you
This
need
is-
the Oxy Hill.
this is the Sunken Shrine, which is probably one of my favorite regular dungeon in the game. It has the most unrunnables, but the music is just so good. Okay, let's just get a bit of silence for a bit so that people can listen to the music. Assuming we don't get encounters like this. I guess the next floor is better for it. I mean, if you ever need good music to relax, Sunken Shrine, dude. Sunken Shrine, any day. So yeah, this is the Rosetta Stone. It allows us to learn pretty much any language, and we're going to use it to learn Lithenian. And I might need to use some ethers here. That'd be convenient. And we're just going to exit out. So this is the power of exit. Normally we had teleport, now we have exit.
Teleport would have been better there, though.
Teleport would have been better there. That is true. This is the dungeon where teleport is actually slightly better, but
Because you only need to go 2 floors down.
yeah. The thing is, in order to get teleport instead of exit, I would have to sacrifice a thief in return for a black mage.
Nah,
That
this probably
fe-
saves time.
This is
sure.
significantly faster because that thief actually deals damage and a black mage wouldn't. So, I mean, it's a little bit slower here. We lose like I said earlier, we lose like 20 seconds or something in order to save like 3 minutes later. And thus, we're gonna make way to the third crystal. We're actually already almost done with the crystals. Would you imagine that? We're like an hour 15 in. I thought this was a almost 4-hour run. We're almost done with the crystals. That sounds good. We're gonna meet estimate real easy this way, aren't we? Like 2 hours ahead.
Yeah.
That might
shit over.
that might be a problem.
In before 2-hour boss fight.
30-minute would be more close to it, probably. Judging by
So,
no response, I'm probably correct.
We're no, actually not. The boss fight is the longest boss fight is about like what 7 minutes?
Oh, that sounds like a double chaos.
Yeah, roughly that. There is one longer one we would do in all bosses. It's about 11 minutes, but I'm skipping that one.
Very small little side note there. You might have noticed that he approached that chest from the right. Both the left and the front of that chest is actually spiked with an encounter. So that was on purpose.
Yeah.
Also, he's gonna equip everybody with a survival vest here, unless he's gonna change for his white mage, which he might. I'm not sure how all dungeons works, but
Come on. There we go. Yeah, she's still gonna get her
yeah,
Lordy
Lordy robes. Okay.
This is actually a new strat. I don't know if the All Bosses record uses it already. I'm going to equip Lordly Robes on everybody's armor soon.
Oh. Okay.
That's because if Lordly Robe is equipped on armor, it gives a regen of 10% of your total health, which, assuming you've used enough Giant's Tonics, is like 99 or close to 100 health, which is very useful if you get dealt like 800 damage a turn. The reason I'm doing that, or not yet doing that, is because that regen animation, it takes like half a second. So every time I get ambushed, it kind of slows me down a bit. And I don't really need it for this dungeon yet. There are some dungeons coming up where I will need it, and I'm gonna equip them probably just before Shinryu, because that's the first real boss where I'm gonna need it. And then I'll keep it all the way through Whisperwind, through Labyrinth of Time, and probably unequip it again for Chaos' Shrine. So this is the Kraken. You may have heard of him in certain legends. He is the protector of the Water Crystal. Yay,
also
what
a
a surprise!
He looks so...
And we one-shot him.
He's also a joke. He's also
I see you've come to my shrine!
He's also a freaking joke until Kraken 2.
Yeah. Kraken, basically same story as Merilith. Even now, it's pretty rare to one-shot. I have never one-shot both of them in the same run, so yay for that.
I think I've one-shot Merilith once, Kraken never. In my life.
Really? Have you?
No.
I mean, one-shot Merilith in an any percent run?
I think, by accident.
He must have been very over-leveled then. I've never seen it happen on a level.
I
on a
might
regular
be
level.
wrong, though. It could have...
Like the
Can't you one-shot either?
no,
Because I remember one-shotting.
it's
some
like
random
not
boss, but-
on level like 14 or something. We're like level 28 now, and it's still a
Yeah,
range.
fair enough.
So
I have no idea. I might just be wrong, though.
I mean, it might have happened. I don't know everything of this game, but it sounds kind of surprising to me. Oh, would you look at that?
Ice guy gets out of Ice Cave! Woo! 1 in 64.
You want to explain that one?
1 in 64. It's not supposed to ever happen. That thing's supposed to melt to death. But apparently no. Any dungeon you've ever been to, it'll randomly start putting those encounters over the entire overworld. So yeah, you might just get wrecked basically by random encounters that are not runnable, that are supposed to only be in their own respective dungeons. Except for
Yeah.
Chaos Shrine, because that stuff is messed up to quite a different degree.
Now, I do think Ice Gigas is 3 in 64 there.
Does it?
I
You mentioned to me it was 1 in 64,
Yeah, but
so I just took it.
Considering how often I've been encountering it, I'm starting to debate whether it's 1 or 3.
Not
It's-
even 6 cockatrices. I'm disappointed in this game. It's being way too nice to you.
Well,
man.
cockatrices aren't a random encounter here. I don't think. Just Pyrolist.
I've found them here before.
As outside of the spike tile?
Spike Owl has killed me once, I think.
Okay, but I mean, spike tile has cockatrices. That's a
Yeah.
fact. That's a given.
I'm not sure if I've found them outside of it.
Outside,
but
I don't know.
there's also the Paralock Party of Doom.
Well, these just put you to sleep, so they're not as bad. They're still bad.
I'm pretty sure we haven't mentioned yet that as soon as you get paralyzed, you can actually get stacking paralysis. So basically, your whole party is paralyzed, and you can still get paralysis cast over it, which basically extends the turns that you've been paralyzed.
Yeah.
So as soon as your whole party is paralyzed, you just have to luck it the hell out, and basically make sure that you have 1 out of paralysis and just instantly kill everything. By the way, we get a ribbon here, but we really like that ribbon. So you know, we're just gonna turn it into a weapon and then turn it into a bunch of ribbons, because why not? It works both ways, so basically we just make sure that that we get 4 ribbons. Also,
Sound glitch.
yeah, sound glitch, but apart from that, most armor that you can equip any armor to the shield slot. Most armor will instantly crash the game because it tries to pull an animation for a shield. If the item that you equipped in your shield slot does not have a corresponding animation with a shield in the game, your game will instantly crash. Ribbon apparently has some corresponding animation with one of the shields, so it works.
It's actually not with one of the shields. It corresponds with the animation of the sword, actually.
Oh wow.
Have you never seen a block with a sword?
I think I have, actually.
Well, that's that.
Oh, wow. Okay. Then somebody explained it wrong. I'm pretty sure in that video they said shield. You
Yeah,
made with-
this is the exception. Normally you'd have to pull up a shield animation, but it just so happens this one corresponds with blocking with your current active sword,
Okay.
and thus it works. So I guess it's time we started doing some bonus dungeons. I mean, I promised we would do all dungeons. This is the first one, the Earthgift Shrine. We've been here before, or at least we've walked past it. It's only a 5-floor dungeon. It's not too bad. 2 of the floors are really, really quick. One of them can be really, really quick, depending on RNG. And one of them is just slow, but it's slow for everybody. This is the worst floor. This is the slow one. This is the one that everybody hates. You will see soon enough why. There's my gauntlets. Get ready on those Skittles, because we have more than enough time to eat them now. So this is a forest, and it's kind of supposed to be like a maze that you have to walk through.
Yeah.
With these soldiers blocking your path around every corner.
Shove it in there.
We have to kill a whole bunch of them. So sit back, enjoy the show. We're just gonna be killing a whole lot of these soldiers for a while.
Don't think the PSF1 version has that, right? The whole extended victory song?
I don't know if it has the.
I don't
the
think
whole
it does.
thing.
I think I listened to it on the PSP thing and it doesn't actually have the extended victory song. Like, at all. It just has that part of it. They never expected you to last that long. They just expected you to mash through it.
I guess. So there is actually one interesting bit about this floor. Back when we were routing all bosses originally, what we would do here was if it were 3 or more encounters, we would judgment staff. If it were 3 or less, we would attack, and if it was 3, we would do whatever our cursor happened to be on. Then, not too long ago, I discovered that the gauntlet would pretty much one-shot everything. So ever since then, we've just been defending and just using the gauntlet on everything that's not one enemy. It saves about 30 seconds over the course of the floor. It's kind of neat. It's that little time save, especially in all bosses where you have to do this dungeon 4 times.
Another nice fact, you don't have to mash. You can hold X and it'll mash for you.
Yup.
Unless you mash extremely fast. Which, for 3 hours or 4 hours even, not gonna work. Just hold X and it'll mash for you.
Wow.
There's an even better one. Holding L and R before the fight even starts it auto runs. You can just hold it and it'll press it the first frame available.
Yup.
Literally cheating.
It's built in.
It's built into the original controller. Built into original controller.
I mean, I can show you my PSP.
that's
like,
the
this
SD
is a pretty much unmodified PSP.
The thing is, if it's allowed on the original controller, it's SCA verified. So
Literally cheating.
SCA is verified, never cheating.
Sure.
Hey. Also, apparently, I'm getting a notification of this event going on.
Sweet.
Nice.
It is going on today. Really?
Awesome.
Okay.
BSG is happening?
Shit,
I should
man.
go
I
there.
should be there. Shit. What am I doing here? Oh, wait.
Oh, and alright, I guess. Sleep tight, Backyard.
I guess we'll be seeing you tomorrow.
Should have showed up today.
Yeah, true, true. So some desert peats. We really are almost done with this forest, and we're never coming back to this. At least not this run. So yeah, imagine all bosses where you have to do that 4 times.
Good.
It's fun. This is literally the most hated dungeon in all bosses, in my opinion. And I mean, most.
It is the all hated.
I mean, well, most runners either agree with me or they hate Labyrinth of Time more. It's kind of debatable which one is worse. But since I kind of like Labyrinth of Time, I mean, I kind of disappointed. This is pretty easy. Just follow the arrows.
Those were arrows, huh?
Yeah.
The trees are
The
like,
trees are shaped in an arrow. You'll see in a bit because we'll encounter some more. If you follow the arrows, it'll point to the exit. There is
What
actually a 1 in 64 encounter here that we really do not want to see because it's unrunnable and it's really tough to kill.
Okay, kind of, yeah.
I should probably save here
It's more
actually
of a
just in
pyramid,
case.
but hey,
Yeah.
it points to something. There's a pointy end and there's a cooler end.
Now, the fun thing with this floor, or actually the reason why a lot of people hate this floor, is you can spawn with no trees in sight. Luckily that didn't happen, so we had an idea of where to go. It has a tendency to not do that, and you can just be running around for like a good minute and a half before you find any trees. In which case, you know, there's nothing you can do.
And that could still mean you went entirely the wrong damn way. Yeah.
Or you happily happen to stumble upon this bit we're about to hit here. The exit. Which is this little place. And that leads to the boss floor. I was originally going for Echidna, but I guess I should go for Araman for marathon safety. So we'll go for the boss up here. No need to save, this is an easy boss fight. It's actually the hardest of these, but he has 5,000 health. Also, loving the FF3 music here. This is the FF3 boss music.
2.5, 3, 4, actually.
He'll die next turn.
Yeah, 4.5, you're gonna kill him.
He's got about 500 health left. So he has about 5,000. And that was Arrow. So yeah, that was the first bonus dungeon down. 3 more to go. Or technically four more to go, actually, because love runs of time. Picking up that Mega Elixir for safety, and we're out of here.
Where's that tape?
So now that that's done, let's
my hands together.
now that that's done, let's
Not just your hands.
let's go get some spells here. We ought to get some haste spells.
You can do that tape to a chair, though.
True, but
That'll be useful for later. I'll
Didn't say you
explain
have
it
to
when
be
we get there.
comfortable. You lost that. You lost that when you didn't stop clapping.
So now that that's done, it's off to this. Let's actually land here. Off to the second bonus dungeon. This is probably one of my favorite. This is a really fun dungeon. Now, had I mentioned yet that every floor in the bonus dungeons are in random order with random spawn points? We actually got the best spawn point there. So yeah, this dungeon, it's 10 floors, random order. Floors 5 and 10 are set because those are the boss floors. And other than that, like it's all random, and we just have to hope to get lucky. Now,
Matt, please get out of the goddamn way.
so the bonus dungeons, for the people that ever want
You
to
can push
learn
them out
an
of the
all
way.
bosses, all bosses category, these dungeons are the hard ones to learn because being in random order, you need to be able to recognize the floors as quickly as possible, which can be pretty hard on some floors because a lot of them look similar. And you need to know where the exit is, even though you can get any random possible spawn. Some of them only have one spawn, some of them have a ton of them. We got lucky here. From the looks of it, we have the good world map. There's 3 world maps. There's a bad one, there's a good one, and there's an okay one. We got the okay one. Okay and good are both fine. They're about like 30 seconds apart. Bad, you lose 2.5 minutes. So you do not ever want to get the bad spawn. Like I said, luckily we got the okay spawn, which means the exit is up here. Not the tree. The tree would give me the airship, but we don't need that. So yeah, average spawn. Fine by me. I need to get up there. Hello? This is what you get with random spawn points, by the way. Even though I've done all of these floors like a kajillion times, even I can sometimes go the wrong way. And this is floor 5, where we're gonna fight the first of the Final Fantasy IV bosses. Now we are going to be doing Final Fantasy IV tomorrow as well. But let me give you a little bit of a pre-taste of what Final Fantasy IV is like. This is Kignatso. And he is just listen to the music.
So are these bonus dungeons here because you're playing?
Yep. These are not in NES or PSX. They are in GBA, except for Labyrinth of Time. Sorry to have to cut Kicknatso here, but that was Kicknatso. It's a pretty easy boss fight. But yeah, all of these bonus dungeons are only in GBA and PSX, or GBA and PSP. With the exception of Labyrinth of Time, which is only in the PSP version. These tiles are all spiked, so I'm expected to get these encounters. I'll wait around a bit. This place has 3 spawns, a good one, a bad one, and an okay one. Pretty much the same story as with the world maps. We got the okay one again, so I'll take it. Anything that's not the bad one here is fine by me, honestly. The bad one isn't that bad, except for that there is a 3-frame trick that you need to do. And if you fail it, well, you can do it again, but you'd have to wait like 15 seconds before you can try it again. You can lose minutes there. So yeah, here I'm going to do some weird movement and waiting for the NPCs like that, but that's to skip the spike tiles, not get another encounter. This is a really easy floor. It's in the bottom. Let's just go. There's a couple different spawns, but the time difference isn't too bad. Wild Nack's pretty much the more annoying version of the wolf if we hadn't had enough of those yet. Stairs are right here. Floor 8. This is actually one of the few floors with a set spawn point. We were going to get this floor, either this one or the next one. It's also one of the longer floors, assuming you don't get like the worst world map or something. It's supposed to be a giant maze that you have to walk through, but you know, we're speedrunners, so we know the path. Now, as much of a maze as this is, this was actually not that hard to learn, because the path is pretty straightforward here. We just go around here, and this leads to the exit. And that leaves one more floor, and that was 10 floors, or technically 8 floors in random order. Now, I know where the exit is supposed to be, so I hope I did not get the spawn I was hoping for. I told you there were random spawns, right? This one you basically just go around and you have to take this small path here at the bottom. Depending on the spawn, you can just immediately go down or you have to go up first. I was hoping to immediately be able to go down since I didn't immediately recognize it. And that gives us 2 more Final Fantasy IV bosses. We're going for Barbarisha over here, just because it's less walking, and it's about the same length of a fight. I think this one's even slightly shorter. You will be seeing all of these again tomorrow, assuming you'll still be watching BSG. Dude, it's a really fun marathon, trust me. But yeah, you'll be seeing them again near the end of this marathon, where we'll be fighting all of these guys again. Except Barbarisha, everyone. The Archfiend of Wind.
I take it back, this is the best playthrough.
Still pretty straightforward. We're just gonna bash with our swords and hope that we win. And there we go, that was Barbarisha. Final Fantasy IV bonus dungeon down. I think it's time we start actually completing the 4th crystal so we can finish up the rest.
Sounds good.
Oh, let's just do that then. Well, let's just do that. So we're gonna make a quick side trip to Melmond over here. It's we can learn Lufenian there, which we need later on. Basically, there's this town, the town of Lufenia, and the people there speak Lufenian. Now, they happen to have an item that unlocks the door of the Mirage Tower through which I can get to the next boss. But they're very willing to give it to me, but that doesn't help much if we can't understand each other. So we kind of need to learn the language real quick, which we can do here. Easy enough. There we go, Lufenian learned.
If only it was that fast.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, they might not be fast with a lot of things in Final Fantasy 1, but they can learn languages fast. We could do that because we picked up that Rosetta Stone earlier, which is what we used for that. And we're going all the way up here. Now, that's the town we needed to go through. That's the only landing spot. That's not a joke, by the way. Now, interesting note about this area. This area actually contains a 1 in 6... one of the few unique 1 in 64s in the game. There's only like 3 or 4 of them. And if you go here in a full bestiary run, you actually have to grind this area for that specific 1 in 64. How did that not kill all of them? I am not so positively surprised. That should have killed. I guess it's because we're like 1 or 2 levels lower because we didn't do the bonus dungeons a second or third time. Or fourth in case of Earth Gift. But I was still expecting that would have killed. Oh well, no big deal. Just keep moving. So, this is the quaint little town of Lufenia, or as I like to call it, NPC Hell.
What?
You'll see.
Okay.
Hi, she wasn't in the way. She is, though.
Oh god.
Now, in the very old route, we would also have to walk back here. Luckily, we have exit, so we don't have to do that anymore. But yeah, these NPCs can be a bit of a pain. Luckily, we have exit, so we can just escape out and get moving back to our airship. That's really all we came for. Now, you could also get the most powerful magic in the game there, had I been a couple levels higher. Yeah, I mean, you would get really powerful spells. You could get like Flare there. I heard that's a good spell.
What? Flare. For me, it's Meteor or Bust.
That's a fair point. Plus, we kind of have Judgment Staff, so we have Flare anyway. We got that like 2.5 minutes into the game. But yeah, that's where you would get it glitchless, in case anybody playing this glitchless would want to find out where it is.
I don't think you
this-
get to call spoilers during the speedrun.
True. Plus, they'd still have to find the actual shop, which is very hidden. It's actually a hard to find shop. You'll have to look around for a bit. So I guess there is still that. So this is Mirage Tower. Nothing really in here. There is an unrunnable 1 in 64. If we happen to get it, I want you to space. Well, we're gonna get at least one of them. That's it. Wow.
Nice.
That's a 1 in 64. Pay special attention to that. That's an unrunnable 1 in 64. I want to note that again to everyone in chat. Unrunnable 1 in 64. Keep in mind that that blue dragon is unrunnable. Just have it marked somewhere. It's gonna matter. It's gonna be hilarious. It's gonna be like FF2 hilarious even. And you guys know FF2, right? I think all of you have seen that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say no.
I kind of already know what's going on.
This is also one of the floors with the worst encounter rates in the game. So, hey, join me on the couch, my friend. I mean, there is a couch here. You might as well, yeah, we might as well make use of it.
I dub this couch the Skittles.
I mean, we used to once have 300% as many couches as GDQ, but you know, we kind of got rid of that, I guess.
Shots
So
fired.
this is a spike tile. We were always gonna get it. And that gets us into the Flying Fortress because we happen to have the Warp Cube on us. So this is Flying Fortress. Really quick 5-dungeon floor with the most hype 1 in 64 encounter in the game, which I have never seen in a regular run outside of a full bestiary run, although I have to say I didn't grind for it in full bestiary. It's like about, I'd say, 1 in 40 on average to encounter it in a run. Like 1 in every 40 runs or so will see it. And it's basically world record confirmed if you get it. Not really, because even if you were behind on world record, we still consider it world record confirmed, but yeah.
Right. It doesn't have to be a confirmed world record to be world record confirmed.
I know, right? Oh, there's our friend Evil Eye again. Let's just kill him. I guess he came to avenge his fallen brethren, but he's a little late for that.
Consider it avenged.
Interesting floor here. This is actually one of the few floors in the game that completely wraps around. I could go up and left, I could go up and right, I could go down and right, down and left. It would all end in the same result.
That's good.
It's just two in any direction and 2 in the, like, 2 in a vertical direction, 2 in a horizontal direction, and you end up at the gate to the next floor. I'm gonna make a safety save here. Shouldn't need it on this level, but just to be completely marathon safe, it only takes a couple seconds anyway. Please be it. That's not it.
No.
Nope.
So is 1 in 64 the highest, the lowest odds you can get?
Yes, there are 64 encounter slots on any given floor in the game. So
Right.
the worst odds you're gonna get are 1 in 64. Thank God for full bestiary, because there is like 3 natural 1 in 64s, meaning they only appear as a 1 in 64. They are not fun to grind for. The current full bestiary run having them as, I believe, 4th encounter, 16th encounter, and like 52nd encounter or something. Like all above average. Like full bestiary is dead just because of that.
Then.
So yeah, that was the last crystal. We now have all the crystals and can go to the final boss, beat the game, be done. If it wasn't for the fact that we still have 3 bonus dungeons to do.
Yay!
Is my iPad over there by any chance?
It's over here.
Okay, yeah, no, don't need it yet, don't need it yet. For the 3rd and for the, like, the technically 5th and last bonus dungeon, I am going to need it. I'll explain that as we get there. This is Whisperwind Cove.
We're gonna do another memory game?
No, not even.
Darn.
Although there are some memory games in there. Yeah, I might as well give you a bit of an idea. There's 30 puzzles. We need to complete 7 of those puzzles at random. We don't know which one they are. Some of them have very easy set solutions. For example, there is one of those, if you talk to a certain NPC, like I have in my notes, this response means that's the answer to the puzzle. Like, it's literally a less than 30-second puzzle. There are some where I would need pen and paper, or I could use my iPad as well for it. And there are some that I can just do no problem. So it really depends on what I'm going to get. So we're coming up on the one difference between all bosses and all dungeons, at least in terms of not outside of not having to do certain dungeons over. Normally I would go to Whisperwind first, but the problem I would run into is I don't have haste yet. Normally, all the additional experience would have granted me haste. So instead I'm going to Lifespring first. It's about a half a minute to a minute detour. but it gets me those levels and means I won't have to worry about my level from this point on. It's like the only difference. It's very minor in terms of how much it loses or saves, but it ends up saving a little bit because you end up saving that on the next bonus dungeon. We should be there. There it is. We're also going to do a really interesting thing here. Did you guys ever think of using a cottage or a tent of sorts on your ship?
Sure.
It works. We can do that.
It seems wasteful.
It does give us a full health. Give us full health though. So yeah, you see there on my ninjas 2 and 3 MP. That's just not enough. So this dungeon is not. This actually, like, you remember how that last one was 10 floors in random order? This is 20 floors on random order. And
Yay.
about 7 of them look like this.
Oh, wonderful.
So expect me to get lost at least once or twice on these kind of floors, because there are so many of them that everybody, no matter how experienced, gets lost on them. Because there are 7 of them and they look identical.
Good.
I just hope I won't be running around here too long, although it should be fine. Most of the other floors are quick enough.
Are there any fun unringables in this dungeon?
One. There is one. I think it only starts appearing in like the second half. It's a Death Elemental, which is literally the only unrunnable in any of the bonus dungeons. It appears in 3 of them, I want to say? No, 2 of them. Okay, where did I go wrong?
I lost a friend.
Oh, actually, scratch that. This one is also, this is the only other one. And this one does actually only appear here. I always forget about this one. I guess you can blame that one on me.
Oh, this is a fight.
No, this is the Sahag and Queen encounters. I always forget about Sahag and Queens being unrunnable.
Oh, well.
They're quick enough to kill. I would say they were hard. Okay, where the hell am I? What floor is this? I mean...
Ground floor, awesome space.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. I got it. We got this. Not ground floor, awesome space. That's not what I was looking for, but it's over here. Yeah, this is... this is a fun one.
Oh, God. Can you fall off?
Yes, and you have to do the entire floor over if you do.
Oh boy.
Good.
So I'll take it a bit slow because of marathon safety.
At least you seem to know where you're heading.
Oh, I do. This is not a fun floor if you don't know where you're heading. Trust me on that one.
Usually it's so much better.
Oh, it does.
Hey.
Ah, that's like best possible spawn right there. This floor has 3 spawns, that's the best one. The difference between best spawn and worst spawn is like close to a minute. So we pretty much made up most of the time from that first floor just by getting a good spawn here. Now, I'm wondering, which one of you... Oh, this is an RNG. It's one of these doors at random.
The other ones just don't take you anywhere?
Nope. So, which one of you have played FF5? Has anybody done that?
I don't think so. I've tried FF6, and I bought FF4 on Steam, but I got a glitch. I think that was a Final Fantasy IV where I just couldn't progress in the game. Just hard locked. Well, soft locked, I guess. It reset the trigger for a boss item, and so it counted me as not having it while I had it in my inventory. So that was good. But no, I have not tried FF5.
Okay, I think I know where I need to go. Yep. Wait, why are you not letting me go there?
Uh-oh.
That's fine. It just means I missed one trigger somewhere. Oh, hold on. It was this room. I was thinking of that room. So this chest washed up here. And, I mean, that's scary. These are mermaids. So yeah, it's scary, scary chest. Just get hyped for the music, everyone. For anybody that's played FF5, this is for you.
Dude, this music is amazing.
I'll let it on for like a second longer. Ah.
Rip you.
So yeah, Battle of the Big Bridge. It's one of the best remixes of it. Unfortunately, we're so overpowered that we tend to kill him quickly. But yeah, it's an amazing song.
Battle of Big Bridge is actually in Final Fantasy 14 too.
Is it now?
Yeah, it's a instance boss fight. And so you probably get a remix of the song too. I'd have to check it out.
Didn't get a great spawn there, but that'll do. Oh, this is also a fun one. This is also why we hate NPCs in a nutshell.
NPC hell.
Oh, this is the worst part, actually. Don't worry, all planned. This is all part of the route. We are actually still speedrunning here.
This reminds me of that village in Golden Sun 2 where all the kids sing at you.
Yeah, I remember.
Now, the third room could actually be really good or really bad.
Running circles around
It's the
stuff.
bad, or no, it's technically this is the faster one, but it is the more annoying one.
Oh, here they just move randomly?
Yep.
It's good to see that the creators knew that their NPCs were awful.
So yeah, that was that floor.
Good.
Let's see.
Spoiler the boat floor.
That should be on this end, I think. Yeah, it's this. See? Sometimes I know what I'm doing. See, this one I also know. Should be up here somewhere. Oh, right, remember these guys? They're still a thing. Can you start imagining confusing all of these floors yet, Rule?
Dude, they have all blurred together.
See what I mean? Imagine that in random order with random spawns. This boss is also fun, by the way. It's the first kind of
The hell
dangerous.
is that?
Welcome to Atomos. You can actually cheese this boss in Final Fantasy V. Just just cut his level in half, and then level 5 doom him. It's literally a one-turn fight.
This wasn't a PG-13 stream, I'd have so many Your Mom jokes.
Yeah, just don't.
Is that like a spider's web coming out of the top of its pustule?
It's a black hole. You can one-shot characters like that. Just hope he doesn't do anything dumb right now, because he can just instantly kill him again. That'll do. And that was Atomos. So that's 2 of the 3 Final Fantasy V bosses down. We actually only need to fight 3 of them, even though there are 4. And that's where you get the Judgment Staff regularly, by the way. So in case anybody wondered where we got that staff, that we got 2.5 minutes into the game, well, that's where you get it. Took us a bit longer to get another one. That's up here.
So that is a special weapon that you can only get in bonus dungeons?
Yep. And we get it 2.5 minutes into the game, and it can cast Flare.
Okay,
This game isn't broken.
Is PSP considered a separate category?
Yes, it is. Every version is a separate category because every version has a different route. There's actually no two Final Fantasies with the same route. The only route that's the same is PSP Glitchless and GBA. Okay, this is the reason we're here. So, 2 white dragons, 1 red dragon, 1 dragon zombie. Are you gonna help me count, Rule? 2 white, 1 red, 1 dragon. Or 1 zombie. We're gonna just fight a bunch of them. And we're just gonna hope that we get the right
This
one.
isn't any of the ones you said!
True. But it's faster than running, and it's free experience. This floor is the reason I'm doing this dungeon now and not last.
It's one of the white dragons.
So that's white. So one. Yeah, it's all ones now. We can just ask him again if we forget. But there's a zombie. Only 1 white, 1 red. I really need to get some more other dragons as well. Don't take that as a reason not to give me the ones I need, game. But you know, I was kind of expecting to be on this floor for at least 3 minutes.
So is this some kind of trial, or is this guy just been sent down here to slay dragons and got cold feet?
This is some kind of trial.
Okay.
The door won't open unless we finish, or we kill off all the dragons he says, which in this case is only 1 red dragon left.
That's one red. Well, there you go.
That's like never happened before.
That is...
I have never had it happen this quick. I'm actually going to kill some more.
Holy dragon, Batman!
Yeah, those things are actually kind of scary, but they also give a good amount of experience. Don't want to get ambushed by them, I'll tell you that much.
This is some This has some Undertale vibes going on. You need to kill 4 dragons. Yes, but what if I kill them all?
I know, right? I guess. I really was expecting to have to kill a whole lot more than that, but it's not worth it to stick around any longer.
I like that Bahamut is usually this big evil guy, and here he's just like, kill some of my child, I guess.
Got the good spawn here. Not a huge difference between good and bad spawn, but we got the good one. There's 3 of these Chaos Shrine floors in this dungeon. This is the last one. All of them went really smoothly. I've got visual cues for every single one of these floors, for every single one of these spawns. This way. This is the library. You know, because learning is fun. As a teacher, I gotta say that learning is fun, you know. It's kind of an occupational hazard, I guess. But yeah, this is a giant library in the middle of a dungeon, like.
So do people procreate inside of that library, or
I-
did they all kill 4 dragons?
I don't know. I mean, I've seen that library as the first one. In my first playthrough this dungeon, it was actually the first one I got. This is the other unrunnable that I mentioned, Death Elemental.
They're just tornadoes.
They are. They are just really dark, creepy-looking tornadoes. We also got the bad spawn on this floor, by the way. It's not a huge difference between either spawns. Why did I defend with my white mage? That wasn't smart.
Yeah, that sound effect was real loud.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Blame the TV for that one.
Okay. Curse you, TV.
It's actually the right speaker that's broken, so that's
Oh,
what's
really?
causing it. Okay, so we're almost done with this dungeon. There's only like 3 more floors. And this one I at least recognized quickly, so...
Good.
This is a floor I tend to get lost on usually. Because it looks very similar to the floor I got first.
Yeah.
But because it was pretty much a process of elimination, I knew this one had to be one of the... either this one or the next one. So I knew this one was coming up, and thus I didn't need to get lost. Dark Eye, actually a pretty hard encounter to find in full bestiary. Have had to grind that one out before. It's only beyond floor 10 of this dungeon, and only on these sunken floors.
Oh, yeah.
And now for the last last quote-unquote random floor, but we kind of already knew which one it was. Which means the exit is here. We are gonna need some luck here, so chat, I actually have a request for you guys. Could you spam me some Kevin Turtles? And like, a whole lot of them, because we're gonna need it. This is... So, earlier, like, in an any percent run, Lich would have probably been the hardest boss in the game. Yeah, not in this one. In this one, well, you're gonna be looking at him in a little bit. It can go by real quick, but if he starts casting Flare, well, we're dead. If he casts Flare turn 1 or 2, we're dead. That's just... I literally need to equip these Lordly Robes for this single purpose. And it's not unlikely we'll have to reset for it a few times. So spam all the Kevin Turtles you want, we're gonna need it. This is Shinryu. And he is not fun. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, here they come.
If he casts Flare turn 1 or 2, we die. There's nothing else I can say. Or he does that, and he's really nice. Seems like these Kevin Turtles are working. Keep them up, guys. The Giant's Tonics increases my total health, plus my total health by 200, and thus my regen by 20. It's really convenient. Actually, on themselves will do. We are probably dead now. Wait for it. Yeah.
Oh.
That's about what Shinryu is. Past turn 2, you're pretty safe because you've got the health to tank it. But yeah. Shinryu, everybody.
So how likely is it that we'll spend another 15 minutes here?
Very, very unlikely.
When compared to last boss of Final Fantasy II?
Way more unlikely than the final boss of Final Fantasy II. I can switch to Omega here, which is slightly easier. The difference is Shinryu is, I believe, an 8-turn fight. Omega is a 40-turn fight.
Oh.
So even like Omega has an insane defense. It's ridiculous. So they have the same amount of health actually, but you just don't deal any damage there.
And is it random if he uses the flare?
Yes, it is.
So he can just use it on any turn.
Yes, basically.
Good.
Past turn 2 though, like I said, we can pretty much just tank it. At that point, we just be there, okay, you know, this is fine. It's annoying, but it's fine. Thunderbolt is fine. We have ribbons, and the ribbons give us 50% immunity to this, so we only take like half damage. We have practically won the fight now. We have yet to actually win it, but we have practically won this fight now. Only downside is I can't haste for this, because I don't have the MP for it, which I'm actually not used to not having. So I guess we'll use some speed drinks. You'll see. The warrior might still die, but the warrior is not a big deal. See, now we can tank it.
Nice.
Now we're fine. It's really about those first 2 turns. If you can get through that, it's not a big deal. The warrior could still die, I think I'm gonna go for another round of these. Just to buff up my health and thus my regen a bit. That's kind of a safety strat that I'm going for in that regard, but, you know, it is a marathon, so safety comes first, I suppose. So yeah, now that he's practically unable to kill me, let's start buffing up, shall we? The speed drinks increase my amount of hits, and thus the amount of damage I do. He's got a good amount of health, but nothing we should worry about. I am, however, going to ether with him, because I forgot to ether before the fight. Let's see how much damage we do.
Surf's up, boys.
It's a good amount of damage. It's not as much as I hoped for. It's gonna slow down the fight a bit, but we'll get there. Like I said, Flare, no big deal anymore. He'd have to cast like 5 in a row before it starts to actually become a big deal. And I would literally say that never happened, so...
Well, here's hoping.
Should be enough to giants. Actually, no, let me not risk it. And that's what those mega elixirs for, by the way. Those mega elixirs form a sort of a backup in case something like that happens.
Right.
Because the mega elixir is basically just a full heal for the entire party on both health and MP. So there's another flare. Like I said, no big deal. Especially now that I threw in another Giant's Tonic, so the buffing, or the regen of my second ninja is gonna go up again. So yeah, from here on it's pretty straightforward. Throw ethers at the white mage, and let's deal some damage. Normally I'd use a few turns to buff up my ninjas a bit more with my warrior, but since my mage kind of needs MP because I forgot to ether before the fight, we're just gonna do it like this. It's not a huge time loss either way. Normally I'd be dealing about double this in terms of damage because of haste.
So is this now a 30-turn fight?
Well, it would still only become like a 15-turn fight compared to the regular 30-something or 40-turn fight from Omega, which would turn like into an 80-turn fight because of no haste. This is clearly the faster one.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even debatable. This is the faster one. I would be dealing about 600 to 700 damage a turn on Omega right now. Just for comparison, you know?
Yeah. Sure does like that flank.
He does like it, but I don't care now. You can see I tank it with like almost 400 health left on everyone. I heal up another 400, plus get 100 in regen. And that considering I don't even have the golden staff equipped yet. We'll do that for the final boss, but like the final bonus dungeon boss, I mean. I could probably throw in a couple speedruns now. So yeah, to all you 4-job Fiesta runners out there, that's how you do Shinryu.
Shots fired.
Like, let's be fair here. It's my party is literally knight, ninja, white wizard. It's not that spectacular or anything. This is where we're going to use one more cottage. We still have 2 more, so we might as well.
It's pretty impressive to me that you've built an entire cottage.
On the ship.
Let alone on a ship. And then break it down the next day.
So we've got about like an hour 30 for 3 dungeons.
Are you gonna need it?
Probably. So the last dungeon is about 15 minutes. It's not too long. The last bonus dungeon, assuming I can play well and get decent RNG, it's about 30 minutes. The next dungeon, well, I mean, you remember the last one, right? 20 floors, random order. This next one has a bit of a same principle to it, because we like that idea. It's a cool idea. But they decided, you know, let's make it a little bit harder even. It's 40 floors in random order. With random spawn locations and everything. This is also like my, I'd say, 3rd favorite dungeon in the game, although it's a hard pick. There are so many amazing dungeons here. It's definitely up there with a lot of the other bonus dungeons.
Boy.
Okay, so this is actually not a bad floor.
You just like the ones with a lot of fire. Or spikes.
Little note on that fire floor we just got. There's only 2 of them. In a full bestiary run, I need one of them to appear above floor 31, or I can reset the run.
Good.
Oh my god.
Because there is a unique 1 in 64 that only appears between floors 31 and 39 on one of those fire floors. Doesn't matter which one, but...
So I take it that a full bestiary route takes this dungeon way early on?
it takes it a little bit earlier, but not much.
Wow.
It's still like 5 hours into the run, but
So-
it's an 11-hour run, so...
That does it happen often that it just doesn't appear?
It doesn't happen that often, but it happens often enough, and you basically can redo this entire dungeon. You can redo it; it'd be fine. It's
This
just
dungeon.
yeah.
So not the entire run. Oh,
But-
okay.
At that point, you lose about 20 minutes at least.
Yeah, of course.
So, considering it's a 1 in 64 and it's literally the most annoying encounter to go for, and I got it on 16th encounter in my PB.
Nice.
If I want a PB here, that's not gonna happen if that happens, and I might as well give up at that point.
Yeah.
There are about 4 or 5 of these floors, by the way. These are pretty much the sunken shrine floors of this dungeon. You can very easily get lost. Luckily, I realized where I was very quickly. You can actually spawn about here, by the way, with the thing outside of the screen.
Wow. Are there any more of those hidden floor floaty McGee floors in any of the dungeons?
What do you mean, hidden floor?
The ones that like pop up every once in a while and you can fall off?
No, not in the same way. Oh, this is a fun floor, by the way. This is really hard for casuals, but the exit is right there. I have seen casual players look for that for 10 minutes. Because you don't expect it to be there, but it's right there. It's fantastic to watch. At some point, I just tell them in chat, just look at the inn, dude. It's right there. It's just outside of the screen, so it makes you look for a while, yet it's right there. It's amazing. So this is the first of the boss floors already. Wow, that was a really, we're like 3 minutes in. That is like one of the fastest 10 floors I've had in a while.
Nice.
Granted, it really depends on which floors I get. And I got a lot of the quicker ones just now.
And where it gets spawned.
And good spawns. So this boss, it's not a particularly dangerous boss. It's a bit of a trolly boss though. This is Typhon. For those of you that have played FF6, enjoy the music. This is Typhon. Also, this is what you get for not having haste. This is why I did livestream first, so I'd have haste by this point. It's fine. Snort is not a guaranteed miss. It can actually hit through the ribbons, and it's an instant kill move.
The left outside of him looks like an anglerfish.
It does. It does kind of look like that, doesn't it? But yeah, enjoy the amazing FF6 remix. Probably my except for maybe Battle of the Big Bridge, my favorite theme in the game.
It's really good.
Including the bonus dungeons at least. Typhon, everyone!
Oh,
That was it. That was it. I'm sorry, there's nothing more to it.
good.
We get a Genji helm as a reward. Yay. Yay us.
For anybody in the chat who plays Overwatch. Yujin, okay.
Okay, if anybody in chat can tell me which Final Fantasy is referenced here, just shout outs to whomever can do that. I really hope somebody knows what this is referencing.
Oh, it's Final Fantasy 3.
Thank you, Crrool. He knows what's up.
Yes. I know what is up. I am in the know.
So yeah, Floating Continent, referencing Final Fantasy 3 where you start on the floating continent. Amazing game, definitely recommend playing, although probably not as a first Final Fantasy because it's hard.
Sounds like fun.
It is ridiculously hard. It's actually so hard that the PSP version has not been done. There is a quote-unquote route for it, but it's not been done because nobody is crazy enough to do it. It's like the same as the DS run, but harder. And like 13 hours long. Just don't.
Only 13.
Yeah, but you can lose like 45 minutes in the final dungeon. Just by not winning the final boss first time around. Wait, which spawn is this? I know which floor this is. I know where the exit is, but it's a weird spawn. See, I know what...
That was a good spawn, though.
That's actually not the best spawn. There is a better one. You can spawn literally right of the exit, with the exit being just outside of the screen. It is the second best spawn, but normally you get the best one there. Okay, these floors are the bane of my existence in this category. There is only like 3 of them, but they all look identical. Got a good spawn though, and managed to find where the exit was. That one's up here. So yeah, for anybody that's looking at this and thinking, well, this doesn't look like that hard a dungeon, imagine all of these floors being in a random order. So that if I were to enter this dungeon again, I would get a completely different order of floors. Imagine then that the spawns are random, so I would spawn on a different location every time, and then try to do it fast. Okay, this is a fun one. Let's see if we can find the black-haired kid, shall we? Black-haired is the easiest one, by the way.
What is happening?
That's the black-haired kid. There is a pattern. Don't ask me what the pattern is, but there is a pattern. This can lose you over 10 minutes if you don't know what you're doing, even if you have a map next to you. Ferry floor, let's see if we can get early cycle here. Yes, there is actually a cycle here. Sounds like a platforming game. Kenan, this might be more your kind of thing.
Maybe.
Early cycle saves like 5 seconds. It's not much, but...
Final Fantasy, the platforming game.
Hell yeah, I'd play that.
We got early cycle. That was almost bad. There we go. Right. And we're just gonna save here for a second. Let's see which one this is.
Final Fantasy 14 actually has some bonus levels now. So,
Oh, thank you. I'm good.
you can speedrun the MMO.
Hey. That probably exists.
Totally intentional. That was RNG maneuver.
That'll make me really sad.
but those actually make sense.
There,
is
there,
an actual
there is a clear end to them.
unlike World of Warcraft.
Reach level 80.
Yeah, but that's not a really clear end.
It's like, ding, now you're done.
Okay, so I know which floor this is. Now to find the actual exit.
Okay.
That's actually harder than it seems. There we go. Oh, okay. That was a different floor than what I was thinking of. My apologies. What the hell is this spawn? I'm getting, like, the weirdest spawns. I've had this spawn once before, but... like, these are, like, the weirdest possible spawns. It's up here. No, 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 it's here. There we go. There we go. Oh, wait, this is 20. My bad. I thought it was 9. I thought we were on 19. So, time for the next boss, shall we? It's Ultros!
Hey!
Now, any fan of Final Fantasy should know this guy, right?
He's called Arthur.
I know. They kind of messed up. It's because in, I believe, the Final Fantasy VI GBA remake, they renamed him Orthros for some reason. It's dumb.
The fight against Ultros and his friend in Final 14 is fun too. I have like one game in the Final Fantasy series that I've played extensively, and it's 14, so I'll be referencing it a whole lot.
I mean, just learn the speedrun of this. Maybe not all dungeons, maybe start with any percent, but... Jasper could learn it in like... he learned it in like 3 days. And with
I'll
his...
wait for his maps to be done.
just go nag him that he gets that set of nodes done so you can start running it.
Yeah.
We need more, we could actually make a 4-way race at BSG at some point. That'd be hype.
It'd be so hype knowing that I lose immediately.
Hey, he already has a 141. He's only been playing for 2 weeks. Like 140 is my marathon estimate. That's like he's getting there, and he's only done like 10 runs. It's not a hard game to learn, my friend. Okay, I know which floor this is now.
I gotta say, I do like the 2-frame walk animation. I hadn't noticed the walk animation on the overworld before, but now I do, and it's wonderful. It's like the overworld.
I know, right? It's going so fast that that there is no time for the rest of it. There is more to it, I think, but I think it just doesn't even load in because we're going so fast. That's this way. Normally I spawn on a bit of an easier location, although there is a harder location on this floor as well. It can be a really tricky floor. You do not want to get lost here, because you can get lost here for a good while. Trust me, I have. This one seems hard, but isn't.
Dude, I get myself lost in this dungeon thinking that some of the floor tiles were rocks that you couldn't cross.
Oh, red flans. That's a very rare encounter right there. I've only seen that like once before in all bosses, and I mean I've seen it in full bestiary of course, but...
So has that mental note of a unrunnable 1 in 64 blue dragon paid off yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
It will in the next dungeon. That's not this dungeon yet. I told you to make it for the next dungeon, because that's where it's gonna matter. It looks like I'm going really far around it, but I'm actually not there. That's actually the fastest way. I think over there. Yep. Oh, this is also a fun one. There's actually some really good treasures up there, but they're guarded by really tough enemies, and you know, for a casual player it's fun. They're guarded by like the king and queen, and the rest of them are soldiers. The soldiers are always going to be revenants, they're easy. The king and queen are some different encounters, including a really bad wizard encounter. Dude, really? Okay, we're just gonna have to kill you then.
Boat.
Yeah, we actually still have our canoe.
Folded.
Folding canoe even, yes, true.
Oh, I remember getting that in the Steam remake and laughing my ass off. I did not know about magical folding canoes.
I would imagine. They do not seem to be too common. We should get ourselves a folding canoe though.
Why?
Seems like a really convenient thing to be able to carry around, especially considering how light it seems to be. Oh, this is a fun one. It's 2 parts at random out of all of these robot parts.
Oh god.
I'm starting to suspect there are some patterns to it, but I haven't been able to prove this yet. So that's one.
What is
There are no encounters on this floor, by the way, so even if you get like the last one, it's still not that bad. But yeah, if anybody's interested in doing more research on this, feel free to do it. I'm honestly too lazy to. Not gonna lie there. A lot of these floors are not too well documented, honestly. Neither by the speedrunning community nor the communities outside of the speedrunning community. I already checked that one.
Oh god, this is the worst.
I mean, this guy is just trying to repair his robot friend. There we go. Now we can repair the robot friend. See?
That opens the door in the floor.
And that opens the door in the floor. It's convenient, isn't it?
Sure.
Hey, I mean, at least you don't have to search for the stairs anymore. That's still a thing. Like, these kind of floors are a whole other story in that regard. Especially if you get, like, the weirdest spawn again. I think it's up... No, this is... Wait, what? This is... Okay. In that case, it's... I think to the left. Yeah, there we go. Beavers!
Oh my god!
Oh, this is fantastic RNG. 3 right, 1 left. Normally you have to do like 15 of them. This is like crazy good RNG. I've never seen this good before. But yeah, that's my favorite floor in the dungeon because beavers. It's amazing.
I don't even know what just happened. Like half of the time in these dungeons, I'm just lost for words.
Well, we're on floor 30, which means another boss is coming up.
Oh, good.
It seems kind of dreary around here. Let's see if we can fix that. This is the most dangerous boss in this dungeon, by the way. That really is not a joke. It's either a really quick fight, or it can go real sour real quick. I should also equip the golden staff at this point. Let me play it super safe here, so that I won't have to do that menu over. So this is the Phantom Train. Now we don't have a monk, so we cannot suplex we don't have a monk, dude. We just don't have a monk. Otherwise, I would gladly suplex the train. This is his signature move, Asset Rain. You can see why it hurts. The reason we're not buffing ourselves up is it's a 3-turn fight. Generally, like it's 3 to 4 turns, so it's not really worth it. This guy only has 10k health. The thing is, if the first round I outspeed him and the second round he outspeeds me, he can get 2 of them off back to back before I get to heal, which instantly kills my party.
And outspeeding is just random?
Not really. There is some, like, there are some stats to it, but the stats are close enough that it's within the randomness that it could happen.
Oh, dude.
Because it just happened to end up that way. But like I said, it's a 3 to 4 turn fight, so it can be like that. It can be real quick. Generally, he's not too big a deal, and even if you have to reset on him, you generally don't lose that much time. He drops a Mega Elixir, which is a nice bit of safety for this next bonus dungeon. It's the third and last one we're gonna get. And now this is all happy.
Oh, good.
It's a happy little place. Well, we have 10 more floors to go. I'm going to save here because I know there is a really nasty wizard here. It's a pretty rare encounter. Most of the stuff here we're not going to worry about, but that wizard has flare, and I mean we've seen on Shinryu what flare can do.
It does move.
Also, quick side note: this route or this way would have been runnable for full bestiary because there is still 1 lava floor left. So we would have been fine had it been full bestiary. Would you look at that?
Good, I guess.
Doesn't matter. Unless we find the rarest possible encounter in the 3 tiles we get. And that, see, this is the devil, that was preemptive. That's the devil wizard. It is not something you want to fight. Unless you're like level 50 plus. In that case, you do not want to fight those things. I think the exit might just be down here. Yeah. Pretty straightforward floor here. Just go to the top left. It's a bit of a maze, but it's just basically get to the top left. This was, I believe, the 3rd floor I ever got in this dungeon when I played it for the first time. Which was when we were routing all bosses, by the way.
Oh, nice.
I didn't do the bonus dungeons before then, at least not that I can remember. Yeah, no, this.
You're a kid now, you're a squid.
Actually, I should do that with all of them. This is basically the Mind Flyer we talked about, but slightly less bad, but unrunnable.
So they're all using the same difference. I like to
So
think that they toss it over to each other.
I have 5 Judgment Staffs.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I glitched 4 of them at the start of the game, and I got 1 during live sprint. So I've got 5 of them. You can't actually use them with the same character. But yeah, on the off chance they would have used Mind Blast, I wasn't gonna risk that, and I figured this might be the better choice. This way. So yeah, Squid Rakens. Not a fun encounter, like the least fun encounter in this dungeon. Luckily not a whole lot of floors left we can encounter them on, because we still have at least 1 lava floor, and we have the dwarf puzzle floor, which is a really fun one, but a really annoying one as well. Which one haven't we had yet? I think that one? In which case, it's not there. This is what I said earlier when I said we are going to get lost on one of these floors. It has to happen. Luckily not happened much yet, so I'll take it. Let's see, what time are we at? 2:40. Okay, we should be fine.
Sounds good.
I've got about 20-ish minutes to finish this dungeon. And we're... Oh, okay, this is a fun one. So yeah, these are the ghosts of the departed. We're gonna see all kinds of encounters. And we're gonna meet an old friend of ours here. I hope everybody remembers this one. We have seen him this run before, so...
Oh, it's Jim!
I don't want to spoil it. I'm just not going to spoil it. There's actually 2 of them here, so...
Wait, was that the train?
You will know what I'm talking about.
Oh no, absolutely. I just thought that one of the ghosts' name was Ghost Train.
Oh, could be. I actually haven't read the text here, so... I wouldn't know.
You have to talk to all of these?
Yep. You have to talk to all of them. This is one. Remember this guy?
Oh, it's this guy.
That's
I remember him
Astos.
because he looks like
He actually has the exact same stats he had at the start of the game, so we literally one-shot him.
he looks like a doofy scarecrow.
He kind of does.
Get away, crows. In my cornfield. So these ghosts are just chilling here,
Yep. Except for 2.
and then you talk to them and they go away.
Yep.
Yeah, this seems like a bad way to spend your time rather than chilling out in heaven, I guess. Oh no!
He wants to take revenge for Lich. That was the vampire boss. Again, same stats as before. We one-shot him earlier as well, though, so... Well, yeah, there you go. Forgive me, Lich.
You killed me before. Let me try the exact same thing again.
Okay, this is... I'm gonna need some serious time here. This is the Dwarven puzzle floor. Basically, everybody wants something, and somebody else has it. Who has what is random.
Is this the part where we need the
No,
power?
that's the next dungeon.
Oh, good.
How much power do I have?
34%.
Could you put it on standby for me?
Press the button on the side. Oh, dang it. Oh, God.
It's literally...
God, it's-
it's on the right. Yeah, there you go. So we just got a caribou. That's the only one that's set. And now I'm gonna have to focus a bit on who wants what. So he wants the witch's brew. He wanted the caribou. Cool. Ocarina. Now we wanted now we need to look for somebody who wants to make music. He wants an autograph. I don't have that. Oh. Key. There we go. Cogwheel. This is also one of the longest floors in the game because of how much you have to track around, even though there are no encounters here. Pickaxe. I think I saw that over here somewhere. Autograph. This is actually going really well, by the way.
Yeah, I'm
Getting
impressed, though.
really good RNG in terms of where they are. And, you know, all of, like, the entire rest of it is just experience with this puzzle. That counts for a lot of these puzzles. A lot of them just, they go better as you go along. Oh, right, you want the key. So, this guy. Now the question is, which one haven't I talked to yet? Because there is one I haven't talked to. That's the one that wants the cat's whisker.
One guy just stole the other guy's house key. So, huh.
There we go. That gets us the Star Ruby, and if you've been here for a while, you might remember what the Star Ruby is about. We give it to this guy.
Hello.
He's hungry again, he wouldn't let
Nice
us
butt
pass.
crack.
I know, right? Goodbye. That is a really difficult dungeon the first couple times you do it, but it gets better as you go along.
Oh, that was pretty impressive.
really one of the floors where runners can show off their skill and knowledge of the game. So, really happy that went well. Although the real challenge is yet to come, that's the entire next dungeon.
Does that have 80 floors?
It's got 30,
Oh.
but you only get 7 of them.
Okay.
But which one is random? And each of the puzzles have a time limit.
Oh, good.
And there is an in-game timer running on it. This one's easy.
Just pausing the game, pause the timer.
Kinda? Okay, so it's not there. It must be bottom right? Yeah, bottom right, I think.
We're not getting lucky on these encounters.
Never are. That's Final Fantasy 1. Let's just say it like that. I don't need the luck here though, as long as I can get the luck on this next dungeon. The difference between getting the best floor and the worst floor is like literally over 10 minutes.
Oh, jeez.
The best floor takes me 30 seconds. The worst floor takes me at the very least 11 minutes, up to 15 if I get really unlucky.
Wow.
Should probably just have killed this. I'm immune to kill, so I don't need to worry about it. Well, we're gonna kill them. Okay, it's gonna even take me 2 turns.
So do you know they have like too high stats to run from after a certain amount?
No, I could still have run from them. I just kind of I can kind of use the experience. It doesn't push me above 15 on my thieves though. Ideally, I want my thieves to have more than 15 MP so they can cast haste.
Right.
But they're only up to 6 and 9, which is really disappointing at this point.
6 and 9.
Yeah, that's... I've never seen them that low. To be fair, normally I do dungeons multiple times, so I get a lot more experience.
Right.
And normally I don't get that lucky on the dragon floor we had in Lifespring. So I can kind of use the experience anyway, so I should probably just kill these things rather than run away.
So these do not give you so much experience that you just level up 5 times?
Nope. So yeah, this is the remaining lava floor. It's impressive to get it last. Like, a lava floor is the last floor. There's only 2 of these in this entire dungeon, so...
Good for a bestiary run.
Yep, but not particularly for this. So it's still a quick floor. And then we go into the last boss fight of this dungeon. It's actually the longest boss fight as well. This boss fight is going to take a good couple minutes, especially since I still don't have haste. I'll be fine, but... because we have speed drinks, it's just going to be a bit slower than usual. Meet Death Gates.
Looks like he's supposed to be part of another monster.
Kinda does, doesn't he?
Peeking over an engine. There you go.
Yeah, here you can see why this boss is gonna take a while. He's got some crazy high defense going for him. Luckily we have regen, he doesn't really hurt for that much, so we can just keep speed drinking them and up my damage output a bit. I'm really just hoping that we'll get haste by the time we get to Chronodia, because by that point I will really need haste. We're immune to death, so no big deal. I mean, my damage is upping a little bit. We went from like 1100 to 1500 a turn. But yeah, this is usually a fight that takes a while, so in case anybody wanted to grab a quick drink, now would be a pretty decent time.
Oh god, this means that Jasper needs to tell stories.
Not necessarily.
already given up with that?
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, this spike is non-threatening, but will harm, I guess.
Yep, pretty much. I mean, Death Gaze... even in FF6 he wasn't anything too special. Then again, I kinda always Vanish Doomed him anyway, so... there is that part.
So are you? I see you're doing a complex strategy on your controller there.
It's hold X. It's a really, like, I have like the best strategy for this fight. So I set up the speed drinks on both the warrior and the white mage. Hold X like this. I don't know if the camera can see it, but I'm holding X, and I'm just hoping that he doesn't do anything stupid that I have to stop holding X. It is the most advanced strat for this fight, but you can see how well it works. Like, our damage is upping. We're dealing well over 2,000 damage already.
Yeah, that's real high risk, high reward.
It is. This is literally the kind of fight, like, if you really were to need to go to the bathroom, for whatever reason, I mean, I guess if you're doing full bestiary and you fight this thing 5 hours in, I can kinda imagine, just get something that would hold down X and just pray to get lucky. You should probably save before the fight in that case, just in case holding X doesn't end up working. If he attacks the same person a couple times in a row, it could be bad, but...
Yeah, because I see that your mic seems to be running a little lower.
Yeah, but that's because he just got hit. Like, by now my white mage, who also got hit, is almost back to full health. And the knight is healing like 45 a turn. See, he's above 300 already. Move Dispel. Nothing I need to worry. I can just keep holding X. Solid strat.
Pretty good, pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell we've routed this game well. So yeah, this is literally hold X, enjoy the music, and sit back. And maybe grab a drink or go to the bathroom while you're at it. Yeah, I might as well get my Labyrinth of Time notes open. Oh, there he is. There we go.
There we go.
We're a good couple minutes ahead, so if I get like decent RNG from here on, I should be able to get like a 340-ish.
Boy, that thumb has to be sore.
Oh no, not really, because I used my index finger for a while. It's the strats right there. We thought of that.
Nice.
Just in case something like that would happen. Would you want to load notes, please? I have them in Dropbox, and it could be convenient if they actually wanted to load every now and then. So we're going to Chaos' Shrine, and you might be able to think, wait, what, Chaos' Shrine? But you're not going to do the final dungeon yet, are you? I mean, you kind of said you wouldn't, because you were going to do Labyrinth of Time first. And, yeah, I guess that's kind of true. Hold on.
You're kind of lying.
I know, right?
Hey, look at that yurt.
Okay,
So good at making jokes.
speedrunning notes. So, the next dungeon is actually very special in one way. You cannot save ever in the dungeon. So we're just gonna have to pray that everything goes well. I have not died. No, I've once died in this dungeon. In like the couple dozen times that I've done it.
So does it just gray out your save option?
Yeah.
So it's a hard no saves. Dang.
Yeah. You can actually not save here. We shouldn't need to, though.
Okay. Little pig, let me in.
The labyrinth is gonna explain it, we don't care. It's boring, it's long, I really don't care. So ideally I want to see Modern Maze and one thing I can lock out.
Well,
I got
Modern
7,
Maze.
that is not what I wanted. I guess I can lock out, so we need to lock out a couple things, which is basically what are we not going to be able to do. So this is not the best RNG. Best RNG is a half a minute puzzle. This is about a 3 to 4 minute puzzle. It's a pretty fun one though. This is a fun puzzle to do. It's just not very marathon friendly. Yeah, I don't care, game. I really don't care. So yeah, this is neat and tidy. Basically, I have a whole list. Basically, throughout the dungeon, by the kind of floor that I'm on and the amount of things I can lock out, I can kind of determine what the floor is. And I can go into more detail into knowing, because of which I can know exactly which floor it is, and thus exactly how much time I'm going to need. So yeah, we need to push 8 of these blocks in these little things. But if they touch a robot, well, let's just say that's not fun. That happens, what that robot did over there just now.
It just breaks it?
It just breaks it. We can get them back, it's not that hard, but it's kind of annoying.
Do you get exactly 8?
Yeah, you get exactly 8. You can reset the broken ones, basically, by talking to one of the robots. But if they are standing in that kind of spots, that's not gonna work.
Oh, good job.
Wow, okay, I derped there for a second, I guess. That's okay. Luckily, during this puzzle, we won't actually get any encounters. So we've got time. It's fine.
So is there any way for you to reset the one that you pushed into a corner?
Yep. It's already been broken, so...
Oh, good.
It just initializes the system completely, and every block that wasn't on its original location anymore gets sent back to its original location.
Okay. Well, rip that block.
Yep. How these robots move is completely RNG.
Why do they break them if they... Robots have no sense of
The robots,
efficiency.
just don't even question it.
Yeah, that's gonna sound so robot-ist once the uprising comes.
Okay, there we go. That was moderately fast.
Oh, that was fast? Okay.
Considering how bad this puzzle can be, this was moderately fast.
I guess.
I've taken way more time than that before.
What does the white portal do?
Okay, I'll explain that in a second. Hold on. 3, so this is Scavenger Hunt or March of Souls, neither of which I need a lot of time for. So yeah, basically, if you succeed the puzzle within the time limit you have, you unlock a blue seal. If you don't, well, first of all, bad stuff is gonna happen. Okay, this is the more fun one of the two. First of all, bad stuff is gonna happen, and you unlock the red seal. Depending on which seals you get, that determines A, how many puzzles you need to do. It can go up to 10. And which version of the super boss you're going to fight, and thus which reward you're going to get. 16 paces. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Dude, I cannot count for some reason. I guess it must be the fact that it's over 1 a.m. in the night.
11.
Oh god, that was... It's fine, it's fine. Don't even worry. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If it's 12, I know where it is. Otherwise, this is it. There we go, that's it. Puzzle 2 done. It's basically, you always get it within the first 3 tries, assuming you do it correctly. Because if it wasn't that one, it was 12 paces in the other diagonal direction.
So it's always diagonal?
Well, you see that first block? It said 16 paces away. So it's always going to be 16 paces away from that block, which basically gets me in a circle of 16 paces from that block.
Right.
So I just need to walk in a circle of 16 paces.
Ah. Okay.
And as long as I stay in that edge of the circle, like I just take a random point in the circle, and from there I can calculate where I need to go.
Right.
2. That is Path of Light, Path of Darkness. I'm gonna know magic. Actually, I think this is Path of Light, but in case it's Path of Darkness, I'm gonna need more than 5 minutes for that one. Actually, I don't, but I want to play it. It's Path of Light. We're fine. This is the faster one of the two. It's one of the fastest puzzles in the labyrinth. Reminder, assuming we get blue seal on everything, we only need 7 puzzles. even as also if the last one happens to be red, we still only need to do 7. So I just need to win the first 6 and we're good. Getting the good RNG here. The light can travel in 2 ways. This is the fastest. I pretty much have to follow the light.
I'm glad you're doing this because I already forgot. Oh, never mind. Oh, nope, never mind.
There we go. That's done. Puzzle done. Let's go.
Sure. No flee command would be the worst one to take.
Yeah. No flee and no dash are really annoying. Those you do not ever want to have to select. So this is Path of Dark. Wait. No fight, no magic will do. Yeah, this is Path of Darkness. So considering this is the 4th puzzle, we are actually getting really decent luck. Path of Darkness is kinda slow, but it's not terrible.
Is it just exactly the same as the Path of Light, but just with a dark orb?
Nope. If only it was that. We'll see.
Oh god.
Keep your left hand to the wall and you'll always find the solution. It's not the fastest strat, but it works. And it's still, like, faster than actually just trying to walk to the exit, because you will get lost.
Good adventurers go left, right? What are those,
That's the lights turning off again.
Oh.
The candles are only on for a very short amount of time.
that doesn't count them as still being lit? Or do you have to run around and actually turn them all on?
I don't. I just make use of that to make routing through this a little bit easier on myself.
Right.
Because this dungeon, as you might be able to imagine, can actually be a little tricky.
Yeah.
We're pretty much there though.
Nice.
The last bit is pretty straightforward. So once I know I've hit the right edge, so to speak, I can find my way to the exit from there.
Right.
So yeah, that's Path of Darkness. So that's 4 out of 7 puzzles done. And we've only been in for like 5 minutes or something. So for comparison, an average runner, newer-ish runner takes about 45 minutes for this dungeon. This could be a really bad one, by the way. Note for node or path. Okay, this is not the bad one. Whenever I see this bit, the chaoses or original chaos, that has the 2 really, really bad puzzles that I don't want to see in it. One of them because it's slow, one of it because it's crazy hard. Time to get pen and paper ready, so to speak. I've got
Right.
things for that.
I suddenly realized. Is there any reason for the bingo bangos?
We need to go that way, but yeah, there is a reason. You'll see. Those things could stop blazing me. That'd be convenient. Thank you. I guess I'll... right, I don't have... I have high potions, though. Pro tip, don't ever lock out both magic and items unless you really know what you're doing. Because it would lock you out of healing.
Right.
Okay, let's go. It's basically a game of Simon Says. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 3, 4, 5, 4. Okay, that was it. See, if you've got pen and paper, it's a really easy puzzle.
I like how this guy just, oh, okay, I get to ring the bells. See you later.
Pro tip, if you ever do this dungeon, this by the way is a 1 in 64 in the Whisperwind.
Huh.
But yeah, if you ever do this dungeon, get pen and paper ready. So yeah, we used to actually think Undergrounder was a natural 1 in 64 when I was routing full bestiary, but then it turned out it was right there. That saved a 1 in 64, which I was very happy with.
Oh, this is quite common?
No, but it's just a very common
Oh,
encounter.
right.
That's like the third one we're seeing. So I really would like something that's not Original Chaos when I get out of here, because if it is Original Chaos, it could be bad. I do not want to see that. I practiced one of them for like half an hour yesterday. Netherworld Crypt is fine. That's 5 down, I think? 2 more to go? Pretty sure.
Sounds about right.
Red gets you back out, by the way. We do not want to do that. 7. So this is Labyrinth of Trials, Disasters. No. Disasters, Step by Step, or Trick Statues. I'm kind of hoping Trick Statues. That one's fun. No, not Evasion. Accuracy and Defense. That'll give me more than enough time.
So when it says select 7 more, you don't have to select 7.
Nope.
It allows you a maximum.
It allows you a maximum of 7.
Right.
But I could pick 3, which is more than enough in my case, because I know these things.
You allowed yourself 20 minutes.
Yeah. There is, there are 2 puzzles I need more than 10 minutes for.
Wow.
One of them cannot be done in less, pretty much. Like, I'm a really good runner at that puzzle, and it's just no. It kills almost every new runner. Oh, it's this one. Okay, this is fun. Chat. Prepare to shout Warmac. Like, a lot.
W-A-R-M-E-C-H?
Yep. Just caps and spam it. This is the Warmac. It is the most experience-giving encounter in the game. Even at this level, it takes me 2 turns to kill it, at the very least. It can deal quite a bit of damage as well. It's not a very easy encounter. It has regen. This is that 1 in 64 I mentioned earlier. Oh wow, we get nuked. This is bad. Okay, there we go. That could have been really bad. But on the upside, I've got, what you call it on one of my people? The, haste. I can now do it. I'll stick around this one for a little while. Oh, ambush. Ambushes of this is not what I want to see, game. Okay, not nuking, so we're fine. We're fine. He didn't nuke. These things are actually kind of hard to kill, and if you go in here on a too low a level, you want to avoid them. But since my level is fine, I can take it and just use it as a huge buff of levels. It's 32,000 experience and gold each. Just to give you guys an idea. That's about like 15 evil eyes at once.
Oh, good.
I mean, I honestly don't even mind fighting it, because it kind of makes up all the experience I missed out earlier.
Right.
Which is why I'm intentionally trying to fight a few more, because it gets me haste for this next boss fight, and it adds some safety to this next boss fight. So I was honestly kind of hoping I would see such a floor. There are only 2 Warmac floors in the entire dungeon. this is one of the two. So it's pretty rare to see one. I could have gone for the exit here, but I kind of want to kill this one still.
Lightning rod safety.
Yeah, lightning strikes every couple steps, but if I'm close enough to a lightning rod, I don't get struck.
Is that like a just the 8 surrounding tiles?
Yeah. Every tile around it will do. That's puzzle done. Took a bit longer, but I got some extra levels because of it. This is where that blue dragon note comes in.
Oh, good.
See? Now we can run!
Well then.
That was it. That was really all I had to show there. Yeah, I've got haste on both of my characters.
Well, that was worth payoff.
Ooh, traveling salesman. Okay, this is a fun one. A bit of a difficult one. It's not super fast, but this one can take a few minutes. But we have like 40 to complete the game, and I literally only need to do this puzzle and one boss fight and one dungeon. We can do this. We got this. We are most likely getting one of the best labyrinth times ever.
Awesome.
My record time on Labyrinth, by the way, is 28 minutes, roughly. It shows you the time afterwards.
Oh, good. Because I have not been paying attention.
No, counting in-game time. Okay, actually, I need my notes for this for a little bit. Scroll all the way, because it's literally the last puzzle in my notes. Please load. Thank you. I'll be scrolling through things a bit here. 2,000 gil. So we need to spend 2,000 gil exactly.
That's fun.
So we have the... Let's see if how well I remember this. This guy. The old guy. He requires 260. The black mage. 120. The woman, 300. Yeah, you gotta write this stuff down.
Oh yeah, I like your notes. I was just looking at what you drew for the old
is
guy.
60. You were the dancer, right? Yes, the dancer, 340. Oh, that was the wrong guy. Oops. It's not a big deal. We can literally run away. The red mage is 380. You're the... No, you're not. Wait, what? I guess my memory is off a bit.
So there's one punk rocker, then...
Yeah. I still need the man and the white mage. This is white mage. It's 520. And I guess that's our punk rocker then. The man, he is at 80. So to do some quick math, 280 or 380. That's 360. That's 600. That's 720. That's 1100. 1700. Okay, we need to buy it from everyone but the elf.
Cool.
Quick math. I can math.
You can math pretty well, yeah.
That's what you get for being a science teacher. You kind of need to be able to... Oh, I bought from the... Dude, rip me. And then I'm... Well, rip me. That was dumb. Here I am, actually knowing not to buy from the elf. And I'm in my haste to do this.
The best maze time.
Well, we might just have ripped that.
2000 again. But people are different too. Elf.
It's fine. Old guy is 80. Even now, it's still a really fast labyrinth compared to most. That was a pretty dumb mistake, but oh well.
So many people here are selling flowers.
I know, right?
So why does this mysterious cloaked man want to get rid of 2,000?
Black Mage 860. Red Mage 520.
Not quick math.
Who do I not have? I don't have the woman. Let's do that again. 600. That's 400. That's 680. 1,000 plus 1,680. 720. Really? No, that can't be right. 400, 600, 680, and 360. And then this plus 360, so that's 40. But there isn't anybody selling anything for 40. Am I off? Okay. Hold on. That's 400, 480. 1,000, 1,300. 1,420. 15, 18. That's the 6. Okay, so not from the Black Mage. Now actually be careful to not buy from the Black Mage.
Should I just shout no when you get no?
The Red Mage, check. This time I did realize, but yeah, good thing you were there. The old guy. The elf is up here. I need the white wizard and the man yet. This is the guy. Just white wizard. Is that? Yeah, that is her.
There, yeah.
Now it should be good. Okay, that was a bit slow. That was very slow, but hey, I mean, we're allowed to screw up one puzzle, okay?
Sure, man.
We only screwed up one puzzle. All things considered, it's still a really solid labyrinth.
Man's beach volley. Okay.
Is that Captain? I can't even
Yeah.
read it.
Captain Obvious.
Ah, hey Captain. Okay. We ready for the big boss? So this is a really complicated boss, and I'm gonna explain it a bit as we're going along, but
Mother base.
this
Big
is
boss.
yeah, this guy is tough. And I mean really tough. He locks out either attack, magic, or item for 3 turns every 4 rounds. We get 1 round where we have everything. Yeah, no, just watch.
Oh, is this best waifu? I'm not sure.
Weirdest boner ever.
That's fine. Blizzaga is completely fine. Also, as before, we couldn't save here, so we have to do it. We've got 1 shot at this.
Do not miss your chance.
Let's see how well I made that estimate on a run that's never been run before.
This is very reminiscent of the final boss in 2.
I kind of want to throw that on the white mage first. Because it's the white mage. Ooh, this could be bad. That's a really early flare.
Oh,
Ooh, this is bad. It's probably recoverable. This is like the worst I've ever had.
salvage.
Chat, we might need some Kevin Turtles here. If you're up for it, you know,
The Skittles are closing.
we would appreciate Kevin Turtles right now.
Yes.
That's fine. That's actually really good that he did that. That's like one of the best things he could have done.
Yes. Do it. Valkyr is the MVP.
I'm just playing full safety strats here. Ink is fantastic. Ink is really, really solid because it misses. It gives me a free turn. But he's gonna seal next turn, which means starting next turn, I either won't have any magic,
Either refill
any
it.
attack, or any items. Ideally, we want attack. That's actually best case scenario right now. It might sound weird, but attack at the start is actually really good because it's just 3 turns of buffing.
Itoshira gave you some Kevin Trudels. Does that...
It's good enough. I guess I could have expected as much from Ito. Okay, we're getting the double haste off. We'll have to pray for attack. There are backups if it's magic. I have a rune staff which uses Hilara instead of Hilaga, which is still a good amount of healing. This is not what I was hoping for though, because we're still gonna have to buff. Like that's still something that's actually gonna matter. And I need to now heal with this thing, which for this move is fine. For this move, we're all fine. You can imagine why this boss is a troll, right?
Yeah. What the hell is happening?
We get that blocked off for 3 turns, and then we get it back, and then he blocks off something else. That's fine. Still good. Still something I like to see. And we have like 10 minutes to beat this boss, so we'll be okay. And I have a couple Mega Elixirs, like 3 or so, which are going to be of great help later on. Also, did I mention this is the strongest version, so he's got a crap ton of defense, crap ton of health, and probably even more attack, so yeah. We do get the famous Barbarian sword if we beat him.
Ooh.
You know, that sword I've already got 4 of, because everybody's been wielding one, or except the white mage right now, because she's got the golden staff. It's more useful right now.
Nice recovery, though.
Yeah, that was a bit clutch, but I'll take it.
I guess we'll unlock the skills.
We're in there. We're in there. We'll eat those Skittles when we're done. We just munch them down during Vadar's run.
Why do they drink speed?
To get more hits a turn, meaning more damage. It's actually more useful in strength, because I get 28 hits, 32 is the maximum, 32 is the cap.
How else would you get faster?
Exactly.
Yeah. How do you think
Okay.
Usain Bolt goes fast?
Not attack right now. We got it. Now was not the good time for attack, actually. Now is when I wanted to see, like, item or something. Any elemental damage is fine.
Crrool should give more commands to the chat. What?
I don't own chatbot. Sorry, MJK. I can't do that.
I think he's just
Oh,
saying
just-
that you should tell them to do more stuff.
To tell them to do more stuff. Well, I mean, the Kevin Turtle thing is still up. We can still easily die to this thing. So
Oh, I just,
feel free to keep spamming Kevin Turtles until this boss is dead.
trust me, they have been. I have been taking in the Kevin Turtles and passing them on.
It's the fact that we've recovered from that very near death at the start. I probably would have died there, at least 2 characters, had I not gone for extra War Max, by the way. That's what caused one of the ninjas to survive. Like, literally that.
It's like Egyptian warfare in here.
They keep trying to build pyramids. Nobody's succeeded so far.
We're gonna have to throw the first Mega Elixir after this. As soon as we get unsealed, we'll throw a Mega Elixir. I think we're on max amount of hits at this point, so now would be a good time. So yeah, now to see the power of the Mega Elixir. We've got a couple of them. Where the hell are they? There they are. We've got 3. Let's go. Stop is fine. We're immune.
That is a tiny pyramid. That one doesn't count, Captain Obvious. That's a hill.
That's a baby pyramid. That doesn't count, and you know that,
That's a
Captain.
picture, man.
We know each other long enough now that you should know that's not a pyramid. I guess it's time to throw in some strength potions. Okay, not attack. Anything's fine, just not attack.
32 hit.
Yeah, that's literally the hit cap. I'm literally at the cap right now of damage, or at least of you know, the amount of hits they can do in one hit. Come on, magic is fine. I'm gonna play safety strats here. Going to go healing staff with this guy. Where is my healing staff? Like, seriously? There it is. Attack, attack, because I'm gonna do healing staff, rune staff now. This is kind of a safety strat. In a PB attempt, I wouldn't. Oh god, this is where stuff gets interesting. Crrool just hasted, meaning he's going to deal double damage with physical hits, which means he can easily one-shot a character at this point with a physical attack. No joke, he can do that. That can be bad. That's in part what those Mega Elixirs are for. We're immune. It's fine.
Well, at least our chat now looks like an actual speedrunning marathon.
That is true. Our chat does look like it. Keep up the Kevin Turtles, boys. We can still do this. We're not dead. We're alive. We're he's got a haste up, but it should be fine. Still with the misses. Magic attacks are fine right now, because that deals less damage and I can recover from it more easily. So, yeah, magic attacks good, physical attacks bad. Like, really bad. Okay, we're out of the seal, which means I'm actually just going to attack with you. It's very little damage, but I guess it's a bit of chip damage. There is the power of that.
Oh, jeez.
Told you it could. It's the little Crrool that could.
Yeah, I was just about to say. Does anybody like walls? Yes. Because they make houses. Oh god!
Oh god, good job, Valkyr, good job. Get in there. Let's go.
Who's on NLG organization and what is happening?
Probably Jasper.
I guess.
Items are blocked. That's okay. As long as he doesn't one-shot somebody. That's fine. We didn't kill it. It's 400 chip damage. It's nice chip damage there. That was a really low hit. 800 from a ninja? Wow. That's really low. It's actually disappointing. Blazzaga is good. That means we get a turn to heal.
I think you can actually, Jasper.
Flare? I am completely fine with Flare right now, honestly. It's better than a physical attack. We gotta be getting close to a kill, by the way. A couple more turns and he should be down. Whew, 41.
That was close.
That was clutch. Let's go. He's gonna get the majority back here anyway, and I have mega elixirs to throw in case emergency. This isn't that emergency yet, though. Just don't do attack, unless I get the kill this turn, in which case it doesn't matter. Oh, yes, we got it.
Nicely done.
That is the very first time Crrool has ever been on a marathon. So, we can at least do that one.
Yay! First, that's never happened before.
Exactly. Now, before we leave and see our in-game time, I'm gonna take the time to heal here. This gets us to full health for the final dungeon. Okay, I want to see the time here. 35, that is...
And right as somebody got a pyramid, so...
It's... 35 is just below average for me, but that's because I messed up the last puzzle that badly.
Right.
Otherwise, it would have been like a 31, which is really, really solid. Just compared to the average all bosses runner, gets about 45 minutes. 45 to 50 is about average.
So wait. Has all bosses never been done at a marathon before?
Nope.
Right.
It's never been done. Neither is all dungeons. So yeah, I can save here, but white dragons really are not that scary right now. Like,
Hey! I'm the purple worm!
like I can go through this dungeon as if I'm a filthy casual with that much equipment. Yeah, I don't need to be scared. What I should be doing though is
It's you. Oh, thanks.
actually equipping something else, not lordly robes there, please, thank you. That's just to make sure I don't get the regen animation anymore. Because let's be fair, we don't need regen animations anymore. This is a bit of an annoying fight now, because I'm going to have to... I can defend, it's probably faster that way. It'd be close which is faster, but I think this is faster. So yeah, it's basically home stretch from here on. We've beaten all of the bonus dungeons, which means Chaos Shrine is left, which is the last dungeon in the game.
Awesome.
And I mean, this is the level we'd be at in a glitchless run. So, being that in a not glitchless run, yeah, we're somewhat overpowered. We really don't need to worry about just about anything.
Absolutely, Asurafias, but first we've still got the ending of this run, which is gonna be hype too.
Yeah, we've got about 10 minutes left, I'd say. So that meets estimate quite nicely, considering I had to make an estimate for a run that I've never done before.
That's pretty great, yeah.
It's I mean, I had all bosses to base it off,
Right.
but even then, I am happy with this. Both the run and this, like, we've got a pretty decent run. Nothing too special, but nothing terrible happened. Execution was pretty well overall, especially considering how tough those bonus dungeons can be. And the game didn't particularly troll me anywhere, so I'll take it. It's a good run. It'll definitely make a very hard time to beat for any new old dungeons runners, in case somebody wants to try this category.
Right. So I guess it should be Neon.
Yeah, we still have a few minutes.
That's true.
You should probably get Jasper in here though. He will want to see this final boss fight.
Right. I'm guessing he's over in the other room watching the stream.
I'm guessing so, but he will want to watch this.
Well, in that case, we have just seen the thing. We'll see how good our magic is.
You know he's like not gonna show up just because he said that.
I know.
Probably.
Kenan, how about you go fetch him, Kappa?
If he does that, that is the ultimate magic. The magic of asking nicely.
But that wasn't that nicely though.
I know. Oh shit! What happened?
Okay, chat, I've got this little request for you guys then. How about you guys ask Jasper, who is a Final Fantasy I runner?
Oh, it's done!
It's done! It's already done! He's already here. You will want to see this final boss fight now.
I heard, supposedly.
It's gonna be fantastic, trust me.
Everybody in the other room was screaming at me that I should listen. While I was listening. And watching.
Well, like I said, you will want to watch this chaos fight. It is,
Where'd your health go? You were over leveled to shit, right?
Yeah, I still am.
Your health was 999.
Yeah, that's Giant's tonics.
That's tonics. Yeah.
only
I've
lasts
been
for
informed.
one fight.
I have been informed that
Yeah,
these
they only last for one fight. Why else would we not be using it sooner in any percent run either? It's just adds to the safety. No more dangerous white dragons and stuff.
Yeah, Jasper got banned by Jasper.
Good job.
I didn't get banned.
As unlikely driver Jasper too.
Yes. Somebody asked a question, you tried to be smart about it.
Nice.
And I was like, you don't want me to press this button. He was like, what is it? That! That's what it is.
So you know this dungeon, right? You can tell something about this ridiculous encounter right now.
It's not actually that ridiculous.
That's fair. I mean, to be fair, I on average I get about 3 encounters. I'm
You're a
almost on
terrible
double.
hype man.
Well, the thing is, this is quite average.
No, 3 is average.
Oh, Marilith room. No, that's pretty terrible.
There, thank you.
I thought you were in the next room, which is one big
Yeah, on
fucking mess.
on Kraken, yes, you would have been right. On Marilith, that was pretty terrible.
Kraken, the average is about like 8, 9, I think.
Nah, it's less. It's like
My average is.
6 to 7 is about average.
There's one.
Hi guys, Jasper.
I mean, I've done this encounterless at
I
BSG
should
before.
lock my laptop.
Yeah, you should.
I'll be back.
Punch them in the face!
So yeah, this is a fun floor because there's these water elementals, which I can't run from. I could run from blue dragons earlier, but no. Water elementals
These are 5 tornadoes. I'd like to see you outrun a tornado.
I mean, I've outrun a dragon. I like those odds. So yeah, a good run gets like 0 water elementals and like 2 to 3 encounters. I've done this encounterless once in a BSG. I think it was like BSG 3
You mean
or
you
something.
cheated?
No, you were there, I think.
Exactly, you cheated.
That's
No
like,
encounters? That sounds like cheats.
no, that's like a never happened before moment, but it's gonna happen statistically. And that statistical chance happened.
It's statistically impossible.
You ruined the moment, dude.
I don't care.
Wow. You managed to ruin it.
Oh well, we're almost on Kraken anyway.
Hey,
so-
it's big. Here's this guy. Hello.
Why did I attack with my white mage? She's literally got a golden staff on her.
Will it break?
It won't
No.
break.
It would just do nothing. She could have defended and saved him a turn.
That's
Because
more
that's... He just literally took an attack extra, which just wasted about 1.5 seconds.
It's minor stuff, really. Nothing to care about.
Revive 1 KO down.
Yeah, but none of them are KOs, so I guess I should just back out of that menu. We'll get these water elementals. That was a particularly bad Kraken floor.
Ah, yes. We will blow up this water.
So how many encounters?
Was 7, I think.
Average of 8. Called it.
There's 3 sock puppets now.
Hi guys!
Yep.
Yeah, the bad thing
Well,
is they
the
can actually kill you.
Do you want to go?
They don't look that dangerous, but they can be.
It's one of two unrunnables on this floor. The other one you'll never see, but it's there.
You're actually using it for this one.
Kind of a standard safety strat, but no, I shouldn't have. I had no need to because my health was high enough, but I tend to just do that by default because of safety.
So over leveled, you don't need haste, I guess. Or-
I would have to sacrifice a turn of the ninjas anyway to get it because they have haste.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Plus this, like that
That
was
still took
that,
longer than any percent. I think.
that was 5 hits. That's shorter than any percent.
Is it?
Any percent is 7 hits and a haste on average.
fair. But that's
So,
a black mage haste.
Time for the final boss. I guess somebody should start getting ready on time.
It's chaos.
Trust me.
It's chaos.
Trust me. You'll want to get ready on time for this one.
Okay.
And you'll want to watch this fight because it's
gonna cheese him or what?
you'll see. It's gonna be hilarious.
I shall rise.
Yeah, Chaos. That's nice and fun for you, but I really don't care. Bless you. So yeah, this is Chaos. This is the final boss. We kind of fought him earlier as being Garland. He is still as much a scrub as he was before.
Is not the boss that took you 15 minutes last night?
That was FF2.
Okay, I thought it was like this stage, but okay.
No, it's FF2. FF2 took me 15 minutes, the final boss. Not for this one.
This one on any percent takes like 4 minutes. Over leveled the shit.
I know.
Just a little bit.
That's about an eighth of his health, by the way. That one hit.
That's how you.
Sure, you good.
So yeah, it's almost time for that just hold X strat, MJK. Now it is. From here on, it's hold X to win. Time's coming up, probably the next turn.
Look at this high level play.
Quarter left.
Wow.
So 2 attack, I'm guessing. I'm gonna bet 2 attack.
That's 1. That's 2. You were wrong.
Yeah, it'll be probably this next attack. But yeah, see, Chaos is not that hard.
Not easy.
Oh,
Wow.
Okay. He's as good as down. He'll die before he gets another attack off.
It was about 1/8 his health.
Time. Well, 2.5k is an eighth because he has 20,000.
Oh, yeah, that makes a bit more sense then.
He did 2,440, so yeah, that's about a fifth, or about an eighth.
I thought you meant 2.
So yeah, that was Final Fantasy 1 All Dungeons. Next up, we'll have Super Metroid, so that should be fun to watch. I guess we're gonna eat up these Skittles in the room next door while we watch Super Metroid.
I guess so, yeah.
I mean, I haven't had a whole lot of them yet because I was
No.
running, so I guess there's that.
Enjoy this last bit of Skittles.
So yeah, that was Final Fantasy 1 All Dungeons. Can I do a quick thing still? Cool. In case anybody in chat wants to learn this game, not necessarily this category, but any percent, it really is an easy run to learn. You can learn it in a day, especially once Jasper has finished his notes. So if you want to start running this or want to learn Final Fantasy 1, this is like a fantastic beginner run. So do contact one of us and we'll get you set up with everything you need. Just join the fun, honestly. Jasper, I'll leave it up to you and we'll
Everybody PMJ4SP3RR.
So yeah, those notes, just to give you an idea, they literally have arrows as to where to go. Like, you cannot get lost in that thing. like, yeah, Jesper is gonna show you real quick, but just to give you an idea, like, this is not something that's hard to learn. Trust me, if you try it once, you'll probably take about 2.5 hours to complete your first game, and that's for any percent. So, you'll get there. With that